Park in Starkville. This is Mississippi State Softball. Mississippi State Softball is sponsored by C-Spire, customer inspired. First pitch is just moments away. Now let's go live to the broadcast booth for Mississippi State Softball.
Good afternoon, and welcome into the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield here at News Park in beautiful Starkville, Mississippi, on the campus of Mississippi State University for a weekend series between the Fighting Tigers of LSU and your Bulldogs of Mississippi State. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you again here with the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield. Glad to have you with us for Game 1 of 3, and we'll be happy to have you with us for Games 2 and 3 later on this weekend. It's Super Bulldog weekend here in Starkville. Lots of action on campus, including Mississippi State baseball taking on LSU as well. That's going on right now, right behind us at Duty Noble Field. But senior weekend as well. Samoan Heritage Day will be coming up on Sunday this weekend. A lot of action here in Starkville and on the campus of Mississippi State University. There's going to be some action on the diamond here at News Park taking place in just a couple of minutes with first pitch set for 5 p.m. Central Time. So, it's Mississippi State and LSU. The Bulldogs coming in at number 17 in the country, 34-14 overall, 6-12 in the Southeastern Conference. You've got LSU coming in at number 20 in the country, 32-14, 9-9 in the Southeastern Conference. State coming off being swept for their first time this year at Texas A&M. Tough series for the Bulldogs, looking to gain some momentum back here this weekend with Super Bulldog weekend, as well as just being back at home in general. Looking at LSU, they're coming off a sweep of Ole Miss in Baton Rouge. They have won 3 out of their last 4 Southeastern Conference series and have won 9 out of their last 11 total games, which includes also a series win 2 out of 3 over Arizona, which they also won on the campus of Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge. So LSU coming off, they've been pretty hot as of late, and Mississippi State trying to win their second conference series. The lone conference series was a home series win over South Carolina here in Starkville a couple of weeks ago. Look at the series history between these two ball clubs. LSU has dominated this series all time, leading 66 games to 12. Bulldogs have lost the last 4 in a row against the Tigers, with the last meeting being in last year's Southeastern Conference tournament. LSU won 5-0. But in these in the 12 series wins all time for Mississippi State, the Bulldogs have won 9 out of the last have won 9 out of 12, 9 out of 12 of those series wins have been at home here in Starkville. So the home ballpark in those wins have boded well for Mississippi State. Also mentioned senior weekend, just had the commencement ceremony here with President Mark Keenum and athletic director Zach Selman. Those seniors that were just recognized here for Mississippi State, and again, thank you to them for all they've accomplished and all they've done here, the community of Starkville and at Mississippi State University. Those seniors being Abby Grace Richardson, Peja Gould, Kiara Sells, Nadia Barbary, Morgan Bernardini, Anna Carter, and Des Rivera. Again, thank you to those ladies for everything they've done for Mississippi State University, for our softball program, and especially as well the city of Starkville, Mississippi. Thank you to those ladies very, very much. Now we look into the matchup. Mississippi State, look at your Bulldogs first. Pitching has been kind of beat up a little bit over the last couple of series. You look at what happened in the Arkansas series a couple weeks ago here at home. 8 runs scored for Arkansas in Game 2 against MSU. 10 runs scored for Arkansas against MSU in Game 3. You also look at the A&M series, which State did well in terms of keeping them off the board in the first 2 ball games of that series, as well as what State did against Arkansas in Game 1. They kept them off the board completely. A&M scored 3 in that first game, 4 in the second game, and they scored 10, though, which is what I was going to talk about, 10 in the third game, and ended up sweeping Mississippi State. So it was a 3-1 win for A&M, 4-0 win for A&M, and a 10-9 win for A&M in that series. So pitching has seen some issues. Obviously, Game 3, you kind of run into, you're just finding arms and trying to find people who have missed. You saw Delaney Everett pitch last weekend, and she is also you've had obviously Faircloth and Gould and all those. So just later in the series, sometimes you can struggle with your pitching staff in terms of just what a team has seen, and obviously they saw Gould and Faircloth for the first couple, the first two ball games. So it was an offensive slugfest. State obviously competed, but just came up short in the end. And talking about that, you hope State can carry that offensive momentum from Game 3, where we scored 9 runs into this series. Obviously, in the first 2 games combining against A&M, you only scored 1 run. That 1 run came in Game 1. Scored a combined 4 runs in your last series at home against Arkansas over 3 games. So obviously, offense has been a struggle this year. And what's crazy is you look at the past years under Coach Ricketts, it's been offense, and then it's been and then the pitching staff has struggled. But this year it's been pitching staff, and the offense has struggled. So hopefully Mississippi State can carry some momentum. You're looking at those 9 runs scored. That's tied for the most that Mississippi State has scored this year in SEC play. They scored 9 in a win over Florida in Gainesville earlier in the season. So it's tied for the most that they've scored in SEC play. They've struggled offensively. You hope they can carry some of that momentum. You get some younger players playing well. Anna Carter playing well right now. Kiara Sells getting on base. Talk about those younger players. I'm really talking about Zion Romero. You had a grand slam in Game 3. You look at Kinley Keller, who had a really, really good game as well in that series. And she's been really solid this season in her freshman year. That Game 3 was where she had a good game at a 3-hit ball game as well. And so the average now above 300 for her. So she's been really solid for State this season. Some younger players coming on and some of the older ones coming on as well. Hopefully they can come on this series against an LSU pitching staff, and that'll move us into talking about the Fighting Tigers. You look at what they first done. They won every game against Ole Miss last weekend in Baton Rouge in a come-from-behind fashion. Like I said, won 3 out of the last 4 SEC series and also have won 9 of their last 11. That includes a series win over Arizona. But you look at hopefully State can continue that momentum against a pitching staff. I talked about this with Coach Ricketts earlier, and you'll hear that interview in just a bit. But a pitching staff that's hot right now. And mainly it's Peyton Monticelli, who comes into the ballgame as the reigning SEC Pitcher of the Week. She recorded every single win in that 3-game sweep of Ole Miss last weekend. So she's coming in as SEC Pitcher of the Week. LSU really in the upper half of the SEC in terms of pitching statistics overall. When you look at it just in general, ERA, I think they're number 6, and State's I believe they're number 3. So kind of similar in that regard as well. And so it'd be a tough pitching staff for Mississippi State to face off against. So you'll just have to see what the Bulldogs can do against LSU's pitching staff this weekend, as well as obviously Peyton Monticelli. I'm sure we'll see her this weekend, and not going to get to start today, but we'll for sure see her this weekend. Also, you look at offensively, LSU batting around 250 in SEC play. You had come from behind wins against Ole Miss last weekend. They've got some girls on this team, including one that may be familiar to Mississippi State fans, Kylie Edwards, who's had a really, really fantastic season. Transfer here from Mississippi State. You've had Tori Edwards, who's been really, really good this year. Jayla Lassiter has been good. They've got some girls that have been solid for the purple and gold, but again, it's just been they have struggled at times. They've seen their fair share, just like Mississippi State. So all that to kind of say, it feels like these teams have got a lot of similarities and maybe are 2 really, really similar ball clubs. So you never know what can happen. Just the main thing is LSU's been able to find more SEC conference wins and series wins as well. You look at what LSU has done, who LSU has played in SEC play. They've got a series win against Ole Miss, and a series win against Missouri, a series win against South Carolina. So you look at those right there. Those are some of the South Carolina ranked, but you look at Missouri and Ole Miss, some of the teams that are at the bottom of the conference. So they have lucked out, I guess, in that fashion. Obviously, it's never easy, but have kind of lucked out in that fashion of not playing as strong in the schedule over the back half, and especially here in the month of April with having Missouri and Ole Miss. Obviously, you played Arizona and beat them at home as well, so that was impressive. But you also have, too, you look at you look at they've just played some favorable teams, and you look at what Mississippi State's had. Every series, including this one, has been a ranked series, so it's been rather tough on Mississippi State. LSU has won the games they should and have fought in other games. You look at they lost. It took a game from Oklahoma, lost a series though, but took a game from them. So took a game from A&M, lost a series against the Aggies, but took a game from them as well. So they fought against some of the higher up ball clubs, and obviously beat a top 15 Arizona team as well. So they've got the wins this season. Obviously, it's a program under Beth Torrena that's very, very solid. And so, we'll see what State can come up with this weekend. It's just, I think it's going to be a very competitive series, back and forth series when you just kind of when you look at both teams, they just statistically look the same. Obviously, State has struggled to find SEC series wins. LSU has been able to find them more often than State has. But pitching staff, offensively, LSU's a little bit better. Pitching staff wise, Mississippi State's a little bit better. But both of these teams have some very similar statistics. Both of them, have. Close in where one team leads, but it's close instead of being a far and away type deal. So we'll see again what Mississippi State can come up with this weekend. Obviously, you got game one today, which is scheduled for 5, and we'll see. We'll see what time we start. As we've still got a meeting in the middle with the umpires, but you got it scheduled for 5, and then you also have you have tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time and 11 a.m. Central Time on Sunday. So and we'll have all those games for you on the on hellstate.com and the Bulldog Student Sports Network on YouTube. So we look forward to that and look forward to this series here on Super Bulldog Weekend. But game one between Mississippi State and LSU just about set to get underway. We're about to have the national anthem here in Starkville. So we're going to take a break and then be back in just a moment. During the break, we'll take a little commercial break and then come back and we'll have, or rather what we'll do it this way. We'll have, I'm going to send it to an interview with our head coach, Samantha Ricketts, who I got an interview with earlier. And after that, we'll go right to break and then be back for first pitch here in Starkville. So we'll send it to break. Thank you for tuning in to our post-game show. Here comes an interview I got earlier with head coach Samantha Ricketts. You'll hear that, and then we'll go to a commercial break and be back for first pitch between Mississippi State and LSU. Again, thank you for tuning in to the pregame show. We'll be back in just a moment. And here is this interview with head coach Samantha Ricketts. And again, I'm Ty Goldman alongside you with the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield, and you're listening to Mississippi State softball here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield. I'm here with your Bulldog head coach and Samantha Ricketts. Coach, obviously a tough weekend last weekend. Game 3, you have some momentum, though, offensively. You're able to score 9 runs, and it was only a 1-run loss there. So I know, obviously, you got the tough weekend, but and I know you're always saying, it's just another week in the SEC. You got to prepare the same way. What was kind of the way you tried to fire up your ball club coming into a big weekend here at home?
Yeah, I think it's just, trusting that things are going to fall our way, and we felt like we had some positives and things that we'd been working on doing better, and just didn't turn out in our favor on Sunday. Even with, we thought, offensively especially, we're swinging a little bit better. So really it's just right now staying with the process, knowing that we have the talent and can go out here and compete, and trusting that it's going to break through. And we feel like we're close. We've got the tools. We've got the personnel in place. And I'm excited to see when it does all come through, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Pitching staff has obviously been the deal all year, but you look at LSU and what they've done this year, kind of similar, at least a little bit to y'all. They've had some struggles in SEC play, hitting around 250 in SEC play, obviously coming off a big weekend and a sweep over Ole Miss. What's the way you want to attack that offense this weekend with Faircloth and Paige Gould and all the others?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good matchup. I think it's going to be about who can be the most disciplined at the plate, and knowing that we're both going to be finding ways to score some runs and just playing clean on both sides of the ball, and trusting our pitchers to go out there and attack. And I think we've seen a lot of good from them over the course of the season, and they've been working on some things to kind of get back to where they know they can be. And I think, we saw some positives at practice. We've been trying to be as game-like as possible, and I think just getting them another opportunity is the best thing we can do for them right here.
Now, on the flip side of things, you look at you offensively, them defensively. Coming in, again, y'all are kind of similar in the pitching staffs as well. Y'all are both in the upper half of the SEC in terms of ERA and a lot of different pitching statistics. They've got the reigning SEC pitcher of the week coming in here. But y'all, you're coming off that game 3 with a lot of momentum, scoring 9 runs, had that 6-run first inning, a lot of momentum early. You've seen young players as well like Kenley Keller, Zion Romero step up. Romero with a grand slam, Keller with a great game. So, what's kind of the MO going into this week? Obviously, it kind of sounds like the last question, but, what are you telling your team going into this week against an LSU pitching staff that, is coming off a hot week?
Yeah, I mean, really the message is go out and attack and not to sit back and wait for it to come to us. We need to go take it. And at this point in the season, it becomes a decision, and it's just as much mental as it is physical. So I think that's the message we're going out there, looking to be very disciplined but also aggressive in our plans. And we have to put the pressure on them and be the ones to either throw the first punch or answer right back anytime, because it's going to be a battle all weekend.
Obviously, one last question here. Obviously, senior day coming up this weekend. Just real quickly, what have these seniors meant to you over their course of their time here at Mississippi State?
Yes, this class has been, they've been great, whether they've been here for 4 years or 2 or 1 year. They just really enjoyed this entire group, and I think they've done such an exceptional job with the leadership that they've shown, how hard they've worked for this program, and just leaving their mark on it, whether it be this year or their careers, and just wanting to celebrate them and set them out the right way to finish up our home schedule here for regular season.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Hi, I'm Jake Mangum. Life is about making the most of your at-bats. So if you struck out looking for auto insurance, give Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance a shot. Farm Bureau Insurance is offering huge discounts on their auto rates. In fact, over the last 12 months, Farm Bureau Insurance has taken 3 rate reductions. Talk about coming through in the clutch. So if you were with us before, you're new to Farm Bureau, it's time to come home. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance. And go with the home team.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Student Sports Network. I'm Ty Goldman. Alongside you here in Starkville as we get set for Game 1 between Mississippi State and LSU here at News Park. Good to be with you again on the Bulldog Student Sports Network, as well as on hailstate.com and the Hail State app. Happy to be with you for Game 1 between MSU and LSU. And we'll start with the starting lineups here, just about set for first pitch. So here's the starting lineups first for the visiting Tigers of LSU, 32-14, 9-9 in the Southeastern Conference, number 20 in the country. Leading off and playing in center field going to be the senior Jayla Lassiter, a senior with a .343 batting average, batting in the 2 spot. And it will be Sierra Daniel, the junior, with a .328 batting average. In a 3 spot, going to be the Mississippi State transfer junior Kylie Edwards with a .328 batting average. Out in right field, going to be the sophomore right fielder in Alex Franklin, .282 batting average. Out at first base, going to be the sophomore Tori Edwards with a .281 batting average. Behind the plate, Macy Bergeron, a senior, .215 batting average. In left field, going to be the sophomore with a .243 batting average, Char Lorenz. In the 8 spot will be the senior third baseman and in Avery Hodge with a .179 batting average. And then rounding out the order going to be the designated player junior with a .211 batting average, Allie Hutchins. Starting pitcher going to be Jaden Heavner for LSU, sophomore with a .267 ERA. We'll get you more info on her when we go to the bottom of the first inning. Looking at Mississippi State, 34-14, 6-12 in the SEC. Leading off and playing short going to be the sophomore Morgan Stiles with a .333 batting average. At At third base, going to be the senior Nadia Barbary, 336 batting average. Out in right field, the senior with a 384 batting average, Kiara Sells. In the cleanup spot, in the first baseman with a 138 batting average, the sophomore Paige Ernstis. In the 5 spot, designated player and senior, 276 batting average, Anna Carter. Over at second base, and in the 6th spot, the sophomore with a 173 batting average, Ziane Romero. In the 7th spot, and the senior left fielder with a 267 batting average will be Morgan Bernardini. In the 8th spot, behind the plate, the catcher, senior in Des Rivera with a 269 batting average. And rounding out the order will be the freshman center fielder with a 309 batting average in Kinley Keller. And the starting pitcher for Mississippi State today going to be the lefty Alyssa Faircloth, junior transfer, 10-5 record, 2.42 ERA, and this will be her 30th appearance, 17th start, 121 in the third innings pitched, 79 hits, 45 runs, 42 of them earned, 42 walks, and 195 strikeouts this season. Laster stands in the box. First pitch to her misses away from the catcher Rivera, for ball 1, and that is our first pitch at 5:05 p.m. Central Time here in Starkville. So good to be with you. Mississippi State and LSU. Here's the 1-0 to Lassiter. Misses low for ball 2. Lassiter, they give it a 343 batting average. Senior from Atmore, Alabama. Played with LSU last year, but started her career for 2 years in Oxford with Ole Miss. The 2-0. That one's in there as the first strike of the ball game from Alyssa Faircloth. Our umpires for today and for the series, but here's their placement today. It's Chelsea Clark behind home plate, Kaylee Young at first base, and Ronald White over there at third base. And both of them will work with second base together. 2-1 misses high, and the count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Hoping we don't see any sort of weather come through. There is some rain and storms west of us here in Starkville, so hoping that can stay away, but seems like we could get some. All-speed pitch in there, called strike 2, and the count now full on Lassiter. Jayla this year, best batting average on the ball club, most hits on the ball club. In SEC play, average under 300 at 283, but she's on a 15-game reach base streak right now. The 3-2. Just misses for ball 4. Guess that one missed low. Rivera couldn't frame it as a leadoff walk for the Fighting Tigers as Sierra Daniel now will stand in. State today wearing all maroon with the white stripes and white script State across the front with white numerals. LSU in all white with gold sleeves, gold script Tigers across the front, and gold numerals as well. Now Sierra Daniel stands in 328 batting average on the year. Showing bunt there, but pulls back for ball 1. Junior out of Chandler, Arizona. It's her 3rd season at LSU and has hit over 300 every year. Hit 381 last year, and as I mentioned, that average at 328 here in her junior season. Count now 1-1. Earlier said the first pitch missed. It caught the zone, and this one misses the zone. So the count even at 1-1 with Lassiter over at first base. This one just misses. No, we got a delayed. I'll have to not pre-call it. It's Chelsea Clark. That was a strike. Chelsea Clark behind the plate got that strike call a little delayed. Putting the fist in the air is a little delayed, so I'll get it to you. I just don't need to pre-call it today. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Daniel K's up. First strike out of the ball game for Alyssa Faircloth, and Mississippi State's got 1 out in the inning. It's now standing in her return trip to Starkville. It's the junior shortstop and Kylie Edwards. Edwards spent her first 2 seasons at Mississippi State, started in 111 games here in Starkville. And the first pitch to her, she checks her swing, did not go around for ball. That's ball 1. But this year in Tigerland, a 328 batting average, second on the ball club, second most hits on the ball club with 45 hits. Second most RBIs as well. She's got 30. This one catches the inner half for strike 1. Evens the count up. Looking at her in SEC play has been the Tigers' best. .373 batting average in Southeastern Conference play and 22 hits. Those are both the most on the team. 1-1 misses low and away, and the count now 2-1. So still got Lassiter over at first base. After the leadoff walk, it was a strikeout of Daniel. Now Edwards at the dish. This one misses low and inside for ball 3. Excuse me. So 3-1 now. Faircloth trying to avoid 2 walks here in the first inning. Here's the 3-1. That went in there, called strike 2. Edwards is heading down to first base and will have to make her way back to the right-handed batter's box. So obviously an interesting game for her with coming back to Mississippi State. Transferred in the offseason. A couple of the players that transferred, or one of the couple that transferred from MSU. 3-2 to her is called strike 3. And so she thought that was ball 4 as well. And instead will find her way back to the dugout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Alyssa Faircloth, and there are 2 gone here in the away half of the first. Now Alex Franklin will stand in. Cleanup hitter for the Tigers. Now time called down at first. I think runner and Laster getting something set up down there with her first base coach, and now she's everything all right over there. Didn't quite see what it was, but she's got everything handled as Alex Franklin stands in. Sophomore right fielder. The right-handed batter's box. First pitch to her catches the lower part of the zone for strike 1. A .282 batting average for her this season. So after those first 3 in the order, it dips down to all hitters below a .300 average. All of the top 3 in the order have an average above .300. She sends a flare out to shallow right center field. Romero back and able to make the play for out number 3. So you get the leadoff walk, but after that, it's 1-2-3. Leadoff walk and then a strikeout, pop out to end the top half of the first for LSU. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base as we move to the bottom half of the first inning. Going to take a break and be back in just a moment. Bulldogs will be up, and it'll be 1, 2, and 3. Morgan Stiles, Nadia Barbary, and Kiara Sells facing off against Jaden Heavner of LSU. 0-0 our scores. We head to the bottom of the first. I'm Ty Goldman, and this is Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network and Learfield.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you. We move to the bottom of the first inning here at News Park. Mississippi State and LSU tied at 0. The Bulldogs will get their first chance at the plate in the ball game, and they'll face off first against the starter lefty in Jaden Heavner. Heavner, a lefty out of Pace, Florida. Sophomore season wearing 00 out there. Her second year at LSU this season, a 2.67 ERA, 11-6 record, 26 appearances, 17 games started. So this will be 27-18 for her. Had 13 complete games this season, 115 and 30 innings pitched, 90 hits, given up 56 runs, 44 of them earned, 66 walks, 98 strikeouts. Opponents with a 2.13 batting average against her. As she pitched in all 3 games last weekend against Ole Miss, 2 starts in games 2 and 3. So has been a mainstay in the Tigers' bullpen, and she'll get the start against State here in Game 1. as the first pitch to Morgan Stiles catches the outer half for strike one. Stiles stands in with a .333 batting average. Sophomore out of Athens, Alabama. This one fouled back and a count now 0-2, so quickly getting ahead is Hebner. Look what she did last year at LSU. Similar ERA to what she's got this year. Finished with a 2.75 ERA, 13-5 through 119 2/3 innings for the Tigers. Had 152 strikeouts. This one misses for ball one. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Bulldogs leadoff hitter, who has been good in the leadoff spot this season and looking to continue that here. One, two. Here's the pitch. Sent out to left field. Given a good ride. It's at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. Throw into the infield. Kind of an air ball. And it's going to be a double for Morgan Stiles. That one just got caught up in the air. Kind of a rainbow throw from left from the left fielder in Lawrence, but a great start to the ball game for Mississippi State. That one was really 2 feet shy of being a leadoff solo home run for Morgan Stiles. Instead, a double off the top of the wall, and Mississippi State has a runner in scoring position here in the first inning. Good start for the Bulldogs. Again, that one about 2 feet from getting out. Hit off, if you've ever been to News Park, you've got the NCAA tournament appearances sign out in left field, as this one's fouled off from Barbary for strike one, but you got that sign out in left field, and it hit off right on top of the sign the 2022 year. That's right on top of the wall. 0-1 to Barbary. Here it is. This one kind of jammed her in a line drive over to Edwards at shortstop for out number one. There's one out in the inning. Bulldogs still with a runner in scoring position as now Kiara Sells stands in for Mississippi State. Sells riding a 17-game reach base streak. It's the longest of her career. 384 average for her, the best in this Bulldog lineup. Time called from her inside the right-handed batter's box. She's a .406 hitter with runners in scoring position this season, something that the Bulldogs in general have struggled with, but would be good to get an early run and have some support for Faircloth in the circle. This one comes in and hits her. The first pitch she sees hits her in the arm. Rather, no, they're going to say it was a foul ball. Well, make sure now we got it. Now we got it set up. Home plate umpire Chelsea Clark says that it did indeed hit her. Had some confusion there. But that one hits her, and so first pitch to Kiara Sells, a hit by pitch, and now the Bulldogs have runners at first and second base for the first baseman in Paige Ernstis. Ernstis standing in with an average at 138. Only 3 hits so far in SEC play, but has played a good first base, so has been drawing starts. This one misses high for ball one. Look what she did last weekend against LSU. Started in 2 ball games, against A&M. Started 2 ball games, did not record a hit. Was able to reach once, though. Had 1 walk in the series. 1-0. Misses high and tight for ball two. So good hitters count early in the count here for Ernstis at the plate. You got Anna Carter on deck, who's riding a 3-game hit streak and had a good weekend in College Station last weekend. Here's the 2-0. That one right down Broadway for strike one. Wind softly blowing out really to left center field. It could pick up sooner or later with maybe some storms around the Starkville area. This one misses high. The count now 3-1. If we do get to storms, we'll just kind of work our way through a rain delay or a lightning delay. We'll just kind of play it by ear. So y'all just trust me with that. We'll have to see how that one goes, but I kind of got an idea for what would happen. 3-1 sent high into the air. It's in shallow right center field. Going to be a tough play, but the right fielder on it in Alex Franklin for out number 2. And so the Bulldogs trying not to strand the leadoff double And the leadoff runner at second base with Morgan Stiles is now Anna Carter stands in. Carter, as I mentioned, on a 3-game hit streak, went 3 for 6 last weekend in College Station. In SEC play, average now at a dead-on even 300 as the first pitch to her catches the outer corner for strike 1. But a 300 average in SEC play, 9 hits. Looking for her first RBI, though, in conference play. 0-1. Fouled above the state bench, and the count now 0-2 quickly on Carter. LSU, next half inning, could have 5, 6, and 7 due up. That'd be Tori Edwards, Macy Bergeron, and Char Lawrence. 0-2 now, the count. Runners at first and second for State with 2 outs. This one grounded over to third. I think it stayed foul, and they say it stayed fair. Wow. Third base umpire Ronald White says that one is a fair ball, and the third baseman over there in Hodge steps on the bag for out number 3. Coach Bratton talking with Coach Ricketts about it. I don't know if the Bulldogs will challenge this, but for the time being, that's going to be the end of the inning, and State will not bother, I believe, in challenging this. Let's see. No, they will not. Mississippi State will go out and play defense, and that's how the first inning ends here in Starkville. Bulldogs have the leadoff double and then a hit by pitch, but are unable to score. For Mississippi State, it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Tigers, and 2 left on base. So that ends the first inning here in Starkville, scoreless at 0 between Mississippi State and LSU. Tigers will have 5, 6, and 7 due up against Alyssa Faircloth when we come back in just a moment. Back in just a moment again here at News Park. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Everything is just a little easier when you feel at home. At Cadence Bank, we're proud to be part of your home team, and we never stop working to give you a competitive advantage. Stop by a branch or visit us online at cadencebank.com to learn more about how we're helping opportunity take shape for our community.
There's a hit out to left field. This one is gone.
Cadence Bank, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Student Sports Network in Learfield. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you. We head to the top of the second inning here in Starkville between LSU and Mississippi State at News Park. And the first pitch to Tori Edwards going to miss for ball 1. Edwards standing in her sophomore season, 261 batting average, or excuse me, 281, read that wrong. A 281 batting average in her sophomore year. Sends this one hard down the right field line and foul. And the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Edwards last year was an All-American SEC Freshman of the Year and a first-team All-SEC selection. Had a really good freshman season in Baton Rouge and fouls this one back just off of it for strike 2. On an 8-game reach base streak, the average has struggled overall on the season, 281, and in SEC play at 6 points under that at 275. One-two count. Faircloth looking for her first or third strikeout of the ball game, and instead this one ripped back up the middle and into center field for the Tigers' first hit of the ball game. Edwards with a leadoff single, and LSU has their second runner aboard here in the ball game, top half of the second inning. And now Macy Bergeron will step in. Bergeron, a senior catcher out of Rayne, Louisiana. First pitch to her misses for ball one. Didn't play last weekend against Ole Miss. Was injured. And so LSU kind of went through two different players to catch behind the plate for him. 1-0 catches his own, now 1-1. Average at .215 on the year for her. She right now is the program leader in career field percentage at .995. Has had a really solid season. Really solid career for the purple and gold. So 1-1 in there, and count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first is Edwards. Faircloth looking for a third strikeout. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw back to first, not in time as Edwards slides in safely, but there's strikeout number 3 in the ball game for Alyssa Faircloth, and there's one gone here in the away half of the second inning. So that'll be Char Lawrence will stand in. First pitch to her misses high for ball 1. Lawrence, in this game out in left field, she was one of the players that caught last series for LSU against Ole Miss. Caught in game 1 and 2. Runner going to second, throw down from Rivera in time. Rivera throws out Edwards at second base. Edwards this season had been previously perfect in stolen base attempts, 8 for 8, but no longer. That's the first time she's been caught on the base pass, and it comes from the arm of Des Rivera. And now after the leadoff single, there's 2 gone here in the LSU half of the second inning. Now time called, and home plate umpire was talking to first base umpiring Kayla Young. Now she talks with Bulldog head coach and Samantha Ricketts. And now talking to that LSU dugout. And again, with storms looming here in Starkville, they're just keeping an eye on things. We'll continue to play on. Right now, it's a 2-0 count on Lawrence at the dish. Rivera with a throwing out a runner at second, as Lawrence tried to check the swing but went around for strike 1. Rivera throws a runner out at second base. And before that, Faircloth had her third strikeout of the ball game, so State 1 out away here from getting back to the plate. 2-1 swing and a miss, strike 2. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Still scoreless, 0-0. Faircloth looking for strikeout number 4. Here's the pitch, foul ball back above the Tiger bench. And the count will stay where it is. State, next half inning, will have 6, 7, and 8 due up Romero, Bernardini, and Rivera. At the bottom of that order, if State can get there, is the hot-hitting freshman and Kinley Keller. 2-2 the count. Kind of jammed Lawrence there and able to foul it to the right side. And the count stays where it is. We'll get a 2-2 pitch once again here momentarily. State trying to get out of the inning. 2-2 from Faircloth. Off speed, misses inside, count now full. On deck is Avery Hodge, 179 hitter. That is the lowest batting average in this Tiger lineup. 3-2 in there, called strike 3. So 2 strikeouts apiece in the first 2 innings for Alyssa Faircloth. 4 strikeouts now in the ball game. She's able to get past the leadoff single for Edwards and retire the Tigers in order after that. And Mississippi State will head to the bottom of the second with LSU tied at 0. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Tigers there in that inning. And that'll send us again to the bottom of the second inning. We'll stay here. No break here in at News Park, and we'll what I'll do is try and play weatherman here and kind of look at some of the rain we got coming in. And from looking at the radar I've got, sure does look like we got a lot of rain coming. So hopefully we can find a way to get through this ball game. We got a lot of rain coming here from west of Starkville. So hopefully, again, we can get through that. And again, if we do go to a weather delay or rain delay, whether that be rain or lightning, whichever one, of course you'll know. If you're listening on YouTube, we'll have a graphic up telling you there's a weather delay. And if you're listening, regardless of what you're listening on, we'll have some music playing for you, and I'll come in every now and then and talk with you for a little bit, and we'll kind of try and get through the weather delay together here on air. So, again, we'll just kind of see, and hopefully we can miss the rain, but kind of looks like we're in a bad spot here. So we'll see what happens. But we head now to the bottom of the second. 0-0 our score. Mississippi State and LSU facing off here in game one. Jaden Heavner back out to pitch for the Tigers, and it's Zion Romero who she'll face off against. Romero, in her last game, in Game 3 against A&M on Sunday, early in the ball game in the first inning, had a grand slam. She sends this one out to right, giving a pretty good ride, but right fielder Franklin back on it at the warning track for out number 1. But she had that grand slam for State in a 6-run first inning, and so was trying to look to reciprocate at least the ball out of the yard. There, got close with the ball hit out to right field, but just couldn't quite get out of here. So 1 out in the inning, and now the senior Morgan Bernardini will stand in. Here's the 0-0. That one high and tight, almost runs in and hits Bernardini for ball 1. Bernardini's average at .267 on the year. Looking what she's done in conference play, a .184 batting average, has collected 9 hits. Now in her 19th start. So this one catches a zone for strike 1. Last weekend went 0 for 7. Did reach, though, a couple times on walks and 1 hit by pitch. Had 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch in the 3-game set against the Fighting Texas Aggies. 1-1 was fouled back, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two from Heavner. Misses high, ball 2. Count even now. Rivera on deck for Mississippi State. Bulldogs looking to at least get a runner on base here to continue the trend of what they had in the last inning. It was a leadoff double from Stiles off the top of the wall that nearly got out of here. State couldn't do anything with it, so trying to do something here in the second. 2-2. Fouled back. Bernardini staying alive. Again, Bernardini in her senior season here, which was honored before the game, as well as the other seniors with her. Commencement ceremony, you had AD Zach Selman out here, as well as obviously the president of the university and Mark Keenum. And so all those were out there and had that ceremony before the ball game. 2-2 sent out to right, giving a pretty good ride, but right fielder back on the warning track in Franklin, making the grab for out number 2. So that's 2 that have been sent to the warning track here in the second for Mississippi State, but not getting out of here. And so State hitting the ball well early on. Seen solid contact from a couple of Bulldogs in this lineup, so hopefully they can keep that going here. 2 outs, though, in the inning, and at the bottom of the second, 0-0 our scores. Des Rivera stands in. First pitch to her, misses for ball 1. Rivera's average sitting at .269, 29 hits here in her first year in Starkville. 1-0. Ground ball over to third. It stays fair, and the throw over to first. No, stays foul. They'll call it foul. That was another close play like we had to end the inning in the first inning, where it was called fair on an Anna Carter ground ball over to third base. But this one called foul, and so the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing, and Rivera just gets a piece of that one, fouls it back. The count now 1-2. Rivera picked up a couple of hits, couple of RBIs last week in College Station. Went 2 for 7 in total and had 2 RBIs. This one misses. The count now 2-2. Tour now deuces wild here in the state half of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bulldogs trying to get a base runner aboard here and keep the inning alive for Kinley Keller, who's on deck in the 9 spot. The 2-2. This one hit hard out to left field, giving a big ride out of here, but foul. And so that one straightened up a bit. Ball game would be 1-0 Mississippi State, but that one goes foul. And so we'll have a 2-2 pitch coming again momentarily. Is a loud fly ball there. 2-2 from Heavner. Fouled back, and Rivera staying on it and staying alive. Count stays where it is. Look at what Rivera's done in conference play. One of the 4 on this Bulldog team with double-digit hits. A team that has struggled offensively in conference play. She's got 10 hits in conference play this season, 4 RBIs and 3 doubles. 2-2 to her. Ground ball down the line and foul past the glove of Hodge over there at third, but it was foul, so no harm, no foul there, no pun intended. And count staying where it is. Again, you got Rivera fighting pitches off, hitting them hard. That's 2 hard foul balls. You've seen one that nearly got out of here if it had stayed fair, or would have been out a home run if it stayed fair, and then a hard one down the line. 2-2 again. Chopper to short. Edwards back to her left, makes the throw over in time for out number 3. And so Edwards caught a line drive now on her return trip to Mississippi State, and they did that in the first inning, and able to make a ground ball out over to first base, and an assist and a put out for her, and that will send us to the 3rd inning. State held scoreless, hitless, and off the base pass in this one. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base in the bottom of the 2nd inning as we move to the top half of the 3rd here in Starkville. Alyssa Faircloth back out in the circle for Mississippi State, facing off against 8-9-1 for the Tigers in Hodge, Hutchins, and Lassiter. And we are scoreless at 0 here between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. Back in just a moment for more MSU softball. I'm Ty Goldman, and this is Mississippi State softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C-Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you implement AI to increase productivity.
And next quarter is looking even better.
Giving you the confidence and control to accelerate business growth. There's more to see. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Back of the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you here in Starkville at News Park as we head to the top of the 3rd inning between Mississippi State and LSU, scoreless at 0. Avery Hodge leading off for the Fighting Tigers against Alyssa Faircloth, and the first pitch to her right down the middle for strike 1. Faircloth so far through 2 innings pitched has been solid, giving up 1 hit and walked 1, but no earned runs. Those haven't come back to haunt her, and she struck out 4. facing her 8th batter of the ball game, and this one misses high for ball 1 to Hodge. Hodge on the season has struggled hitting 179. She's got 14 hits on the season. In her senior year, as this one misses away, the count now 2-1. Senior season, played for Oklahoma her first 2 years and then went to LSU last year. Really good year for LSU. Last year, 319 and started every game, but has struggled this season. 2-1 misses and a count 3-1. Again, 179 batting average. That has improved in SEC play, though, 195, so it's gotten better. 340 on base percentage as well in SEC play. That's 319 on base percentage in the entire season. And it's a leadoff walk for her, and the Tigers with another leadoff runner aboard here, this time in the top of the 3rd inning. So he had the leadoff runner in the first, the leadoff batter in Lassiter walked to start the ball game, and then it was Edwards who had the single to start off the 2nd inning, and now Hodge with the walk to start the 3rd. There's strike 1 to Allie Hutchins, junior infielder out of Paducah, Kentucky, coming from the University of Kentucky. Spent 2 years there for the Wildcats. Hit 285 last year, had 45 hits. She started every game for them. This one catches his own. Count now quickly 0 for 2 on her. She's been starting the last couple of ball games for LSU. Has in fact started the last 6 all at DH, and now getting her designated player and getting that start again here, so her 7th straight. 0-2, misses high, ball 1. Average at 211 on the year for her. In conference play, it dips down below 200 to 176. Had a good weekend against Ole Miss, though, last weekend. Went 3 for 7, had a double. Started all 3 ball games, and also walked 3 times. Here's a 1-2 to her. Did that one catch the inner half? It did for strike out number 5. There's strike 3. And Faircloth, again, has had the leadoff batters come aboard each of these first 3 innings, but has found a way to persevere through that and can continue to work. And 5 strikeouts now as the lineup flips over to Jayla Lassiter, and the first pitch to her misses for ball 1. So Hodge at first base has stolen 4 bags in 5 attempts this season. This one, just missed. Missed low, I guess, there. Count now 2-0. She walked again to start the ball game in the top half of the first. Looking to get on base here. Here's the pitch. This one hit hard into the left center field gap, and it will get down. Rounding second is Hodge. They're going to wave her to the plate. Throw from Stiles. In time. No, they say safe. Oh, my goodness. That play was incredibly close. That's great base running from Avery Hodge, but another example of State's cutoff work working smoothly, and she was just safe right there. I thought State would have got the nod, but they did not. Don't think the Bulldogs are going to try and review it either, and that's the first run of the ball game for LSU. And so we'll see maybe if State does try to review this here as umpires convening, and I think we're going to get a review as first base umpire Kaylee Young will let us all know about that. And so we'll see. Again, this is going to be a close play, and that's why we have replay now. But, again, this is going to be an incredibly close call. Call on the field matters so much at this point, and it ended up being a double for Lassiter in the gap. That one solidly hit. And great base running for Hodge, and some aggressiveness to send her there. But for State, a great play from outfield to infield to the plate. The relay throw from Stiles was on the money. State's done that before and gotten a runner out at the plate back in the South Carolina series, but I don't think they did it here. Looking at the replay, looks like that foot of Hodge just gets in safely before the glove hits the leg there of Hodge, and so I think that run's going to count. It'll be 1-0 LSU. So just about set to get the call, and here comes the call. Ruling on the field confirmed. Runner safe. LSU leads here in the top half of the first inning, 1-0. So a RBI double for Jayla Lassiter for her 30th RBI on the season. Now tied for the second most on this roster. LSU continues to move through the top half of the order here. It's Sierra Daniel in the 2 spot who stands in. First pitch to her. Hit high in the air, shallow center. Let's see who calls for it. Morgan Stiles calling everybody off, and she makes the grab for out number 2. And so big out to get right there as Kylie Edwards will now stand in. But big out to get right there. Not a productive out there from LSU. Runner cannot advance. Still a runner in scoring position, though, but with 2 outs as the Tigers lead 1-0 over Mississippi State. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. Edwards stands in. First pitch to her, misses off the outer edge for ball 1. Edwards struck out looking back in the first inning. On the year, 30 RBIs. Now, like I said, tied with Lassiter for the second most on this ball club. She's a .306 hitter with runners in scoring position, and here she doesn't get the opportunity to hit as this one hits her, and so she'll take her base down to first. 5th time she's been hit by a pitch this season, and the Tigers have runners at first and second base with 2 outs in the inning as Alex Franklin will stand in. Franklin popped out back in the first inning to end the first inning. First pitch to her misses high and tight for ball 1. .333 hitter with runners in scoring position this season. .327 with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 to her. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So Fairclough trying to keep a crooked number off the board and keep it at 1-0. Tigers have applied pressure every inning. As I mentioned, they've gotten the leadoff batter aboard each inning, and this time they come through with a run looking for more. 1-1, big hack at that one, a swing and a miss. Franklin way out in front on the off-speed pitch, and a count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. Runners at first and second. Tigers have already added 1 looking for more. State trying to get out of it. 1-2 misses away. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. In the top of the 3rd. Look at what State's got due up. Next half inning, it'll be 9-1-2. Keller, Stiles, and Barbary. Trying to keep this thing at 1-0. The 2-2. All-speed swing and a missed strike 3. Big strikeout for Fairclough. Her 6th of the ball game. But LSU able to add 1 run on 1 hit, a big hit from Lassiter at the top of the order. An RBI double puts the Tigers on the board. So it's 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2 on base. LSU, the first to add a notch into the run column, and they lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 3rd. Jaden Heavner will be back out in the circle for the Tigers. She'll face off against Keller in the 9 spot, and then the lineup will flip over to 1 and 2. Stiles and Barbary. State looking to get on the board, even this thing up, or maybe even take a lead. 1-0 LSU as we head to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. They lead your Bulldogs of Mississippi State here in at News Park. I'm Ty Gold alongside you, and this is Mississippi State softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Hi, I'm Jake Mangum. Life is about making the most of your at-bats. So if you struck out looking for auto insurance, give Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance a shot. Farm Bureau Insurance is offering huge discounts on their auto rates. In fact, over the last 12 months, Farm Bureau Insurance has taken 3 rate reductions. Talk about coming through in the clutch. So if you were with us before or you're new to Farm Bureau, it's time to come home. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance. And go with the home team.
1-0 LSU as we head to the bottom half of the third inning here in Starkville. Tigers on top after they score 1 off of an RBI double from Jayla Lassiter in the top of the third inning. And so State looking to answer, maybe tie the ball game or take the lead as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Kinley Keller going to lead off and facing off against Jaden Heavner. And there's strike 1 to the freshman in Keller. Keller has been solid in her freshman season, a .309 batting average. Now this one misses for ball 1. Count evens at 1-1. Seems like rain maybe starting to fall here in Starkville. Umbrellas out, seen some ponchos as well. Just hoping we can get through this ball game. Time called inside the box from Keller. And there's always, obviously, the threat of, you can play in rain, but obviously there's always the threat of that lightning delay. This one misses way high for ball 2. So count now 2-1 on Keller. Had a 3-hit game in Game 3 against Texas A&M last weekend. Those were only 3 hits of the series. She's going to, foul ball, and the count now 2-2. So only 3 hits in her return trip to her home state from New Braunfels, Texas. Two the count on Keller. Here's the pitch. Sent out to shallow right. Will it drop? A diving play, but it drops in front of the glove of the right fielder in Franklin. And that will be a leadoff single for Keller. The Bulldogs have a runner aboard here in the bottom of the third inning. And a good spot to be now as the lineup flips over. It's Morgan Stiles who will stand in, who is about 2 feet away from a home run in the first inning, hit a double off the top of the wall in left field. So saw Heavner well to start the game. Looking to see her well here and maybe, if the ball's well hit enough, score a run. First pitch to her misses, the count 1-0. This one catches his zone. Now the count 1 ball and 1 strike. So Keller at first base. Stiles with that double makes her average better. It's at .338 right now. A .359 hitter with runners on base this season, but now falling behind in the count 1-2 as she fouls this one back. Look at what she's done in conference play. Second best average on the ball club in conference play. Coming into this one, it's improved after the double to start the game, but .268 average coming in to this ball game. Now at 16 hits on the season in conference play. Down to the count 1-2. Was down with a 2-strike count, had that double in the first, looking to do the same here. This one misses away for ball 2, and the count evens up. So, yeah, she was down to the count. I believe the count was 1-2 when she had that double in the first inning. I know she had 2 strikes in the count, was able to almost crank one out of here. Count still with 2 strikes, now 2 balls. This one hit above the head of the third baseman Hodge, but foul, and the count will stay where it is. Hey, give credit to Mississippi State's lineup. 2 hits through the first couple of innings, and now in the bottom of the third, no runs, but Mississippi State has done a good job of fighting pitches off. You've seen that throughout the order. State down in the count with 2 strikes. They just continue to work and work and work. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Really more of a check swing, but Styles did go around. And there's the first strike of the ball game for Jaden Heavner. And with 1 out in the inning, still a runner at first base now for Nadia Barber, who will stand in the right-handed batter's box. She was also one of the seniors that were honored in the pregame. This one misses away for ball 1. Lined out in the first, kind of a jam shot to Kylie Edwards at shortstop. And so looking to make the most of an opportunity here with a runner on first base. 1-0. Swing and a miss, runner going. That throw in the dirt, but the tag in time. Man, that was a less than impressive throw from Bergeron from behind the plate, but it got there, and Kylie Edwards was able to pick it and put the tag down, and State quickly now with 2 outs in the inning, and the base is empty. One count on Barbary. Man, again, that was just not a solid throw there, but able to get her anyway. This one hit hard out to center off the top of the wall. Barbary rounding first will make her way to second, and it's a 2-out double for Mississippi State. And so obviously love to see the double, another double for the Bulldogs, but man, you got to be thinking in that scenario, maybe if Keller was safe or maybe if she didn't steal, State would have had the opportunity to score a run right there, tie the ball game up. And still an opportunity to do that with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs, but just something to think about as maybe this game moves along. But Barbary able to make the most of her opportunity. There's a hit for her. Now 1 for 2, and Kiara Sells will stand in. First pitch she saw back in the first she was hit by, and so looking to put one into play here. This one misses away to her on the first pitch for ball 1. Sells, best average on this team, 384. 406 with runners in scoring position. Might have mentioned that in the first inning because she did have a runner in scoring position before she was hit by a pitch. This one misses away now, the count 2-0. For her, she's driven in 29 on the year, looking for RBI number 30 and maybe 31 if she can put one out of here. Here's the 2-0. Tried to be pulled back from Bergeron behind the plate, but could not be, and the count now 3-0. And now you can kind of see the rain. Struggled to see it earlier. Kind of a light rain falling here in Starkville. It's a 3-0 misses high and away for ball 4. And so a 4-pitch walk, and it's up to Paige Ernstis now to try and at least even this ball game up for Mississippi State as the Tigers lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But again, just kind of a light rain falling here in Starkville. So we'll see if it gets any worse, and we hope that it doesn't. Runners at first and second for Paige Ernstis. This one misses low, ball 1. So 1-0. Ernstis flew out back in the first inning in the shallow right field. Sends this one to left center field. Back at the wall. Gone! Home run. Ernstis with a home run, her second of the season. And Mississippi State, after trailing coming into this inning 1-0, leads the game here in game 1, 3-1. Knew it off the bat. Ernstis got all of that one, and Mississippi State now has a lead over the Fighting Tigers, 3-1 here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Again, for Ernstis, her second home run of the season. Looking at Jaden Heavner, believe that's the first one she's given up this year. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. No, I was looking at the today's stats. 15th homer she's given up this year. Would have been crazy if that was the first one she'd given up. But for Ernst, it's her second of the year. That one was sent a long way out of here in the left center. Maybe could have found its way on the Highway 182. First pitch missed to Anna Carter. Now the second pitch does. The count now 2-0. Tigers running a player out there to the bullpen. And they do have some Tigers out there, but not loosening. 2-0 to Anna Carter. Big swing and a miss for strike one. So State coming through there with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Big home run for them and for us, and State's, Ernst has got to feel good about that. This one catches the lower part of the zone. Count evens at 2-2. Deuce is wild now with 2 outs in the inning. State up 3-1. Ernst's 3-run home run in the left center field has given the maroon and white the lead. Carter, trying to keep the inning alive. Here's the 2-2. Misses high and tight. Ball 3. Count now full. Carter sends this one out to left, and it's foul, and the count will stay where it is at 3-2. (3-2) to Carter. Misses, ball 4, and State with another 2-out base runner. And for Zion Romero, who will stand in. So Romero 0 for 1 in this one. Flew out back in the second inning. And that was a fly out that was sent to the warning track and right. And so got a hold of it, but she won't see who she saw in the second inning again, as Jaden Heavner's day is going to be done. And the Tigers are going to bring in a new pitcher. Let's see real quick who they're going to bring in. Looking for the number here. Looks like number 17, and that'll be Peyton Monticelli. And so the reigning SEC pitcher of the week will come in and face the Bulldogs. Going to get loose here. State with a runner at first base and 2 outs for Zion Romero. They lead 3-1 in the bottom of the third. We'll take a short break. Be back in just a moment as Mississippi State leads 3-1 over the Fighting Tigers of LSU in the bottom half of the third inning. Pitching change for LSU. We'll get you more on her when we come back. This is Mississippi State softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Student Sports Network. First pitch to Zion Romero, a ball from the new pitcher in Peyton Monticelli. So 1-0 to her, 2 outs in the inning. State with the runner at first base. They lead 3-1 after a 2-out, 3-run home run from Paige Ernstes. Fouled back at the count now 2-1. Looking at Monticelli this season. Again, reigning SEC pitcher of the week. Got all 3 wins in that Ole Miss series last weekend. That's what got her SEC Pitcher of the Week. A 3.02 ERA coming into this game, 6-3 record. It's gone 48 2/3 innings pitched. This is her 17th appearance. She struck out 49 in her senior season. Swing and a miss. There's strike two. Deuce is wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Senior righty out of Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Played with Wisconsin her freshman year, and then Oklahoma her sophomore and junior year, and then transferred to LSU for her senior year. This one a foul ball, and it ends up going to the field of play, but I think it is goes off the foot of Romero, and it does, and so count will stay where it is. That's a foul ball. Runner at first base for Mississippi State with 2 outs in the inning. 2-2 is going to miss away, and the count now full at 3-2. Taking a look really quickly as well, Mississippi State baseball in action behind us at Dudy Noble Field against LSU. They have got the game tied at 7 going into the bottom of the 7th. 3-2. Romero sends this one out to right center field. Ranging under it is Laster. She makes the grab for out number 3. But Mississippi State able to take the lead on a Paige Ernst's 3-run home run to left center field. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base for State as we go to the top half of the 4th inning. Bulldogs on top of the Tigers in game 1, 3-1. LSU have 5, 6, and 7 due up, facing off once again against Alyssa Faircloth when we get back, as it's 3-1 Mississippi State over LSU. This is Mississippi State softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Everything is just a little easier when you feel at home. At Cadence Bank, we're proud to be part of your home team, and we never stop working to give you a competitive advantage. Stop by a branch or visit us online at cadencebank.com to learn more about how we're helping opportunity take shape for our community.
There's a hit out to left field. This one is gone.
Cadence Bank, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Student Sports Network. We head to the top half of the 4th inning where Mississippi State leads LSU 3-1 in game 1. Paige Ernst with a 3-run home run to give Mississippi State a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and the Tigers will try to respond here as it's going to be Tori Edwards to lead off for LSU as they trail by 2 in game 1. Alyssa Faircloth back out in the circle for LSU, for MSU. Edwards sends this one into shallow right field. Sells ranging in as well as Romero ranging back, and she'll make the play for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the Tiger half of the 4th inning. Now Macy Bergeron will stand in. Swing and a miss for strike 1. She struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. And so looking to get on base for the Tigers. After that leadoff hitter being retired, that ends a streak of 3 straight innings as there's a swing and a miss, strike 2. But the first 3 innings of the ball game stated let LSU's leadoff batters get on base. Been 2 walks and a single, but that ended after the fly out to end this inning. So 1-2 the count on Bergeron, looking to avoid her second strikeout of the ball game. This one misses low. Rivera able to block it up. No runners aboard, so no harm, no foul. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two to Bergeron. Misses, and now the count 3-2. So after being ahead in the count, now Faircloth falling behind. So see if she can go get Bergeron here for her 7th strikeout of the ball game. Here's the pitch. Misses low, ball 4. So you saw Faircloth, getting ahead right there, but unable to take advantage of it. And so now Char Lawrence will stand in with 1 out in the inning and a runner aboard for the Tigers at first base. Lawrence Cade looking back in the 7th inning. Here's the first pitch to her. Misses low. Ball 1. And so couple of misses low now. Now Morgan Stiles is going to go talk, and I think some of the infield going to go talk. Rivera coming out there to talk with Faircloth. And here comes her infield as well. So, a couple of balls have missed low for Faircloth here in this inning. And you also have to think, too, maybe the rain affecting that a little bit. Obviously, you got to, everybody's playing the same game here, and you got to shake that off. But that could be a factor in maybe pitches slipping. So we'll get back to play. Runner at first, 1-0 count on Lawrence. 1 out in the inning. Here's the pitch. That one catches the zone, and so there's a strike from Faircloth, and the count now 1-1. Now she's got that towel in her waistband, so continuing to work that towel as well, trying to keep the hand dry. 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. And so now it's worked ahead again, and so let's see if she can take advantage here. One-two count on Lawrence, runner at first base. Looking for her 7th strikeout of the ball game is Faircloth. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Lawrence with her 2nd strikeout of the game. Faircloth with her 7th. And Mississippi State's now got 2 outs here in the LSU half of the 4th. Avery Hodge now going to stand in. One of the 2 lefties in this order. The other one, Sierra Daniel. 0-0 to her. Showing bunt, pulls back, but that is a called strike. Tigers have left 3 on base, so has Mississippi State. But they've left a runner aboard at least 1 every inning so far. This one just misses low, and the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Hodge coming off a 2-for-7 weekend against Ole Miss last weekend. Sends this one over to short. Stiles with it. Throw to first in time. 6-3 put out to end the LSU half of the 4th and send us to the bottom of the 4th inning. State got some momentum now after that home run in the bottom of the 3rd. A good inning from Faircloth getting past the 1-out walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on base. Now 4 left on base in the ball game for the Tigers. And that sends us to the bottom half of the 4th inning with Mississippi State on top of LSU 3-1. State will have 7, 8, 9 Bernardini, Rivera, and Keller due up, and they'll face off once again against the reliever in Peyton Monticelli. 3-1 Mississippi State over LSU in Game 1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Back in just a moment. This is Mississippi State softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network in Learfield.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C-Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. how you implement AI to increase productivity.
And next quarter is looking even better.
Giving you the confidence and control to accelerate business growth. There's more to see. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Mississippi State on top of LSU, 3-1 here in Game 1 between the Bulldogs and the Tigers. Super Bulldog weekend here in Starkville, as well as senior weekend. And Mississippi State's got a 3-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Morgan Bernardini going to start things off against the reliever who came in last inning in Peyton Monticelli. Bernardini with a fly out earlier in this game, looking for her first hit of the ball game, and this one misses inside. The count now 1-0. Still raining lightly here in Starkville. Obviously overcast out here. Everybody trying to stay dry in the stands. This one misses. No, rather catches a zone. And the count now 1-1 strike. And ponchos out. Umbrellas out. Again, just a light rain. There's more coming soon. You just hope that we can get through as much of this game as we can, maybe the whole thing. This one hits softly over towards third base. Hodge able to make the grab in foul territory. A foul out for Bernardini, and there's one going here in the state half of the fourth. So now Des Rivera will stand in for MSU. Rivera grounded out back in the second to shortstop Kylie Edwards. This one fouled back just off of that one. And so now it's the first time she's seeing Peyton Monticelli. Tigers in this game, and knock on wood on this one, but just to show kind of the fight of Mississippi State, only one strikeout for both of these pitchers that have been in the ball game for LSU. State has done a good job of putting balls in play, making the defense work for the Tigers. Rivera sends this one out to left, pretty much straight away left. Lauren's over to her right, makes the grab for out number 2. And so 2 gone quickly here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter in Kinley Keller. Keller looking to continue her great hitting as of late. Coming off that 3-hit game against A&M in Game 3, she's 1 for 1 on this one, had a single in the third. This one fouled back, count 0-1 on her. But Keller's average after that one, she started with an average at 309, goes up good couple of points. It's at 319 now. 318 hitter with 2 outs this season. Has collected 22 hits in her freshman year. 0-1. Hit softly off really the middle of the bat, and a line drive over to Daniel Caught for out number 3. So Mississippi State goes 1-2-3 in this inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. For Mississippi State, only the second time they've gone 1-2-3 in this ball game as we head now to the top of the 5th inning with our score still at 3-1, Mississippi State on top of the Fighting Tigers of the LSU. And so we'll keep it right here. No break here this inning. Look at what Mississippi State baseball is doing real quick, kind of give you an update on that. I can get it pulled up real quick. But again, 3-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. Mississippi State on top of LSU. Last I saw, it was 7-7 in the top of the 8th, and it's still 7-7 in the top of the 8th between Mississippi State and LSU. Just a little bit behind us at Dudy Noble Field. One out in that inning. Already a strikeout for reliever in Ben Davis. And a 1-2 count on Eric Curiel of LSU. So State trying to move through that top half of the order for the Tigers. Trying to get back up to bat in the bottom of the 8th, maybe take the lead going into the 9th as they got 2, 3, and 4 due up next inning, and Reese, Sullivan, and Beavis, who are collectively, looking at it, 5 for 7, and all of them have home runs. So hopefully the Bulldogs can win game 1 there, and hopefully we can win game 1 here, too, at News Park. As the home run has helped State baseball, and it's helped State softball, as it's the home run from Kylie Edwards, Paige Ernstis that's given Mississippi State a 3-1 lead. I'll take this time also to remind you, again, appreciate you listening to us on healthstate.com and the Health State app. If you're listening to us on YouTube or really wherever, it doesn't matter. You can subscribe to us on our YouTube channel at Bulldog Student Sports Network. And then you can also follow us on our other socials as well, on Instagram at Bulldog Student Sports Network and on X at BSSN_MSU. So quick reminder there as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Pinch hitter for the Tigers, it's going to be Maddox McKee who will stand in. First pitch to her was a ball. Again, it's still Alyssa Faircloth out there. Here's the 1-0. That one catches his own. The count evens at 1-1. Junior out of Montgomery, Texas. 188 batting average in SEC play, a 219 batting average overall. Montgomery, Texas. I stopped there in my trip to College Station this past fall to watch state football play against A&M. So that's a familiar town for me. This one misses outside. Count now, or rather catches the outside corner. The count now 1-2. Got some good barbecue in that town. A nice town in East Texas. Swing and a miss for McKee, and she's down on strikes for the first time in this ball game in her pinch hit appearance here. And for Alyssa Faircloth, that's her 8th strikeout of the ball game, and so the lineup will flip over, and she'll have to go after Jayla Lassiter, who has reached twice in this game. 1 out in the inning. 0-0. Misses away for ball 1. Lassiter walked in the first. Had an RBI double in the third, which gave the Tigers the lead, but State promptly took the lead right back in the bottom of the third with a 3-run homer from Ernstis, as I've mentioned a couple times. 1-0 in there. Count now 1-1. Look at Lassiter coming into this game now, and now continuing her reach base streak. There's a big swing and a miss for strike 2. It started back on March 24th, so now it's a month straight that she's reached base in the game she's played. 16-game reach base streak now after her 2 times she's reached base in this ball game. 1-2 the count. This one misses away. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Had a solid weekend against Ole Miss last weekend, 5 for 7, had 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, scored 5 runs. This season has scored the 10th most runs in the SEC, most on the LSU roster, has 50 coming into this ball game. 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. My goodness, Alyssa Faircloth dealing right now. For her 9th strikeout of the ball game. Nearing double digits as Sierra Daniel stands in. Strikes out the first 2 batters here in the 5th. And Daniel stands in. First pitch to her misses low and inside, ball 1. Daniel 0 for 2 today. Strike out in the first, pop out in the third. And out here would be the first 1-2-3 inning for Mississippi State in this ball game. LSU has had at least one runner reach in each of the first 4 as we're in the bottom of the 5th. The top of the 5th. This one catches his own. Count now 1-1 on Daniel. Daniel mentioned she's a junior out of Chandler, Arizona. Her 3rd season at LSU. Has hit over 300 as time called. Faircloth adjusting the towel in on her back in the waistband. But Daniel has hit over 300 every year at LSU. This season, no different. Average at 324 now. It's been really, really solid for the Tigers in her career. 1-1, misses away, count 2-1. Look at what she did against Ole Miss last weekend. Struggled a little bit, but was able to pick up a couple of hits, went 2 for 11, and also reached on a walk once in that series. Scored 3 runs in the sweep of the Rebels. 2-1. Misses low ball 3. Rivera asking home plate umpire Chelsea Clark about it, and she confirms that it misses low. And so Daniel looking to draw a walk, get a runner aboard here. Has drawn 30 walks on the season. This one fouled down the line. Count full 3-2 with 2 outs in the inning. But as I mentioned, drawn 30 walks on the year. That's the 3rd most on this Tiger ball club. 3-2 to Daniel. Catches the inner half, called strike 3. Alyssa Faircloth strikes out the side and has reached double-digit strikeouts. 10 strikeouts for her, and for Faircloth now on the year. That's the 6th time she's done that this season. 6th game with 10-plus strikeouts. Obviously an opportunity for more as it's stretch time here at News Park. Bottom of the 5th we go. Mississippi State on top of LSU in game 1, 3-1. They look to add some more runs here later in the ball game. 1-2-3 due up. Morgan Stiles, Nadia Barber, Kiara Sells against Peyton Monticelli of LSU. State up 3-1. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. This is Mississippi State softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder. Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Hi, I'm Jake Mangum. Life is about making the most of your at-bats. So if you struck out looking for auto insurance, give Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance a shot. Farm Bureau Insurance is offering huge discounts on their auto rates. In fact, over the last 12 months, Farm Bureau Insurance has taken 3 rate reductions. Talk about coming through in the clutch. So if you were with us before, you're new to Farm Bureau, it's time to come home. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance. And go with the home team.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you at News Park as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mississippi State on top of LSU 3-1. 3-run homer in the 3rd inning is giving the Bulldogs the lead. They've taken it here to the bottom of the 5th and looking to add on to it. Top of the lineup due up for Mississippi State against Peyton Monticelli in her 3rd inning of work. Has gone an inning and a 3rd. Came in relief back in the 3rd inning to get the Tigers out of that inning. Worked through the 4th and now working into the 5th inning. First pitch to Stiles, misses inside for ball 1. Stiles 1 for 2 in the game. A double in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. One-0 to her in there, called strike 1. One, misses high. Count now 2-1. Update on state baseball 7-7 as they go to the top of the 9th inning. So the Bulldogs will have to keep LSU off the board and walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. State softball on top 3-1 right now in the bottom of the 5th. This one fouled back. Count evens at 2-2. Now I can't quite tell if it's still raining. So obviously, if it is not raining too hard, it seems like we've kind of hit a lull in the rain, so hopefully we can continue to work through this ball game. That's at least the hope. 2-2 to Styles. This one hit hard over to third. Hodge able to come up with it, throw to first in time, and a 5-3 putout to start the bottom of the fifth inning for LSU. And so now the Tigers have retired 5 Bulldogs in a row. We're looking to keep that going. Nadia Barbary now will stand in, who doubled back in the third, came around the score on the Ernstis home run. And now she pops this one up right in the middle of the infield, and it'd be a tough play, but Daniel on her horse and able to make the grab for out number 2. So that's now 6 straight retired. And so Monticelli has come in, and every batter she has seen, they have been retired. And so it's been a good relief performance from her. Again, the reigning SEC pitcher of the week. And so looking to continue her success. Kiara Sells now going to stand in. First pitch to her misses. Rather catches the top of the zone for strike 1. Again, Clark behind the plate. Chelsea Clark, the home plate umpire. A little bit of a delay in the call, so I'll try not to be so early with the calls on my end and wait for her. 0-1 catches zone out of count 0-2. And so LSU looking for back-to-back 3 up, 3 down innings. Sells looking to keep her streak in this game alone of reaching base. Has reached twice, a hit by pitch and a walk. 0-2 misses low, count 1-2. So I say they're hit by her reach base streak alone in this game has obviously reached twice in this one, but now on an 18-game reach base streak, continuing from the 17 she had coming into this game. That's the longest of her career. Fouls this one back, staying alive now to count 1-2. LSU next inning, moving from the upper third to the middle third of the order. They lead off with the 3-spot Edwards, and then it's 4-spot Franklin, 5-spot Edwards. So that's Kylie Edwards in the 3-hole and Tori Edwards in the 5-hole. 1-2 count, 2 outs in the inning. Pitch to Sells. And a huge play made by Hodge over there at third base, able to hop up in the air and make the grab to steal a hit from Mississippi State's Kiara Sells, and the Bulldogs are retired in order 1-2-3 as we head to the 6th inning. So for Mississippi State, they've now been retired 7 in a row. And so, again, that's for Monticelli. So we'll keep it right here as we transition to the 6th. For Monticelli, and rather that's 7 in a row. So Monticelli came in to face off against Romero in the bottom of the 3rd. Got her to fly out, and then it's been foul out, fly out, pop out, ground out, pop out, line out. And so that's 7 in a row retired for LSU and for Monticelli, who has come in and been incredibly successful. And so the Tigers will be up to bat in the 6th inning, trailing 3-1 against Mississippi State. Kylie Edwards, Alex Franklin and Tori Edwards will be up for LSU in the top of the 6th inning. Give you another update as well. Mississippi State baseball, top of the 9th, 2 outs and a runner at first for LSU. 7-7 still the score. So State trying to hold on there, keep it where it is, and walk them off in the bottom of the 9th. State has made a couple of moves, or just 2 moves out in their field. So we'll give you the full field alignment. The battery is Fairclough still in the circle for State, Rivera behind the plate, and then the infield looks like this: Barbary at third, Styles at short, Romero at second base, Ernstis at first, and then the outfield is where the change is. Bernardini staying in left, but Kalani Sells coming into the game. She'll go to center, and Kinley Keller will bump over to right. And that's the field alignment for State to start the 6th. Kylie Edwards standing in. First pitch to her. Misses low. She checks swing, but an appeal back to first not not in the favor of Mississippi State. So 1-0, the count on Edwards, who's 0 for 1 in this game. Kay looking in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third. This one catches his own, the count 1-1. So Faircloth, right now, 10 strikeouts. It's the 6th time she's been over or at or over the 10 strikeout mark this season. And Edwards has this one hit her in the shoulder. And so that's the 2nd time in a row Kylie Edwards has been hit. And it's a leadoff runner aboard for the Fighting Tigers in the top half of the 6th inning. So now to be Alex Franklin who will stand in for LSU. 0 for 2 today. Look at Edwards over there at first base, 7 for 8 this season in stolen bases. And so LSU maybe could think about moving her over, but later in this game, obviously she's just would be 1 run, so really want to find a way to get 2 on before you start moving anything. First pitch to Franklin, catches his own, the count now 0-1. Here comes the 0-1, misses low. Yes, misses low for ball 1. Franklin looking to continue that her reach base streak as well. She pops this one over towards Ernstis in foul territory, and she can't come up with it. Kind of got stuck on the bags over there. You've got the safety bag to the right of the foul line and then the regular bag to the left of the foul line, and Ernstis just kind of got tripped up on, looked like the safety bag over there, and unable to make the grab, so a drop in foul territory. That would have been out number 1, so you hope that doesn't come back to bite you if you're Mississippi State. As I was saying, Franklin looking to continue that reach base streak. It's at 15 games right now and hadn't reached base in this one, so trying to do so here. Sends this one up towards Stiles. Throw to second in time, throw to first, not in time. Franklin scooting down the line and safe at first base, but a 6-4 fielder's choice retires the lead runner in Kylie Edwards. And there's 1 gone here in the away half of the 6th. Tori Edwards now going to stand in. Singled back in the 2nd inning, popped out in the 4th, so she's 1 for 2. First pitch to her misses low for ball 1. Right down Broadway, strike 1. So look at what Faircloth has done up to this point now. 5 1/3 innings pitched. 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts. Just on the doorstep of pitch number 90. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count now 0-2. Bulldogs have been able to strand Tiger runners all day, looking to keep that going. 1 out in the inning, still some work to do, but a 1-2 count on Edwards. All-speed pitch misses inside. Rivera couldn't quite pull it back, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two to Edwards. Grounder over to third. 5-4, throw to first. Not in time. Edwards down the line quickly as well and able to get out of the double play, but another play where Mississippi State cuts down the lead runner at second base, and so a couple of fielders' choices in a row, and 2 outs in the inning now after the leadoff hit by pitch for LSU. So now the Tigers will look to Macy Bergeron. First pitch to her, a strike. Bergeron 0 for 1 in the game. Walk in the second. Got Got it backwards. Strikeout in the second, walk in the fourth. 0-1, lined over towards the left side, and Barbary had her glove on it, and it tips off the top of her glove and goes into shallow left. He had Stiles back there, too, who was going for it, and I think if Barbary probably doesn't touch that one, it's an out for Morgan Stiles catching that thing, and so for the time being, LSU's still alive here in this inning. A 2-out single there for Bergeron. Char Lawrence will stand in now. Runners at first and second for the Tigers. That's Tori Edwards at second base, Bergeron at first. And they'll actually go to a pinch runner. That'll be Destiny Harris who will run. So Destiny Harris will run at first base for Bergeron. And again, you got Tori Edwards at second base as Char Lawrence stands in. Looking to avoid the hat trick. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in the ball game. Fouls this one back for strike one. Faircloth looking to get out of this inning, keep the game at 3-1 Mississippi State. 0-1. That one catches his own. The count 0-2. So Faircloth on the doorstep of strikeout number 11 at 10 right now. Runners at first and second for the Tigers. They're 1 for 6 today with 2 outs, 2 for 13 with runners on base. All-speed swing and a miss, strike 3. Faircloth fired up about it. So is her catcher Indez Rivera, and the fans here clad in maroon and white. Mississippi State leads 3-1 as we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Alyssa Faircloth with her 11th strikeout of the ball game and continuing her great ball game. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base for the Tigers as we move to the bottom half of the 6th inning. State will have Ernstis, Carter, and Romero up against it'll be, again, Peyton Monticelli was looking to make sure that's who was running out there, and so Peyton Monticelli will come back out for the Tigers. LSU has retired State 7 in a row, and so State looking to break that here and grab some insurance runs before the top of the 7th inning. Be back in just a moment. Mississippi State on top 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. This is Mississippi State softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you implement AI to increase productivity.
And next quarter is looking even better.
Giving you the confidence and control to accelerate business growth. There's more to see. C Spire. Customer inspired.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mississippi State on top of LSU 3-1. It's Paige Ernstis standing in for Mississippi State. There's time called. And now we'll get back to play. Might have had time called the box there, but Ernstis standing in, had the home run in the third, the 3-run shot to left center field that gave Mississippi State the lead. First pitch to her a strike, and State's kept the lead ever since then. The Bulldogs, though, have been retired since that bottom of the 3rd inning, 7 in a row, and all those coming from Peyton Monticelli. This one misses high. Count now 1 ball, 1 strike. So State with 4 hits in the ball game, 3 runs. They've left 3 on base. Tigers 1 run on 3 hits, and they've left 6 on base. 1-1 sent out to left field. Hit high and foul on the count now. 1-2. Ernst is trying to stay alive here, and the count state's done a good job of that all day. Monticelli looking for her first strikeout in her relief appearance. This one hit hard down the left field line, but foul. And the count will stay where it is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2, Ernst is trying to stay alive. State in the middle third of their order, 4, 5, 6 due up this inning. 1-2 just misses away. Count evens up at 2-2. Ernst is staying alive here. 2-2. Chopper over towards the left side of the infield. Edwards with it in the 6-hole throw over to first. Not in time as Ernstus beats the throw down the line. And so an infield single for her. Big stretch over there at first base from Tori Edwards, but Kylie Edwards couldn't get the throw over there in time. Again, a tough play for her. That one was hit right in the 6-hole. And so really tough to make a play right there. Edwards did everything she could. Both of them did. The one at short, the one at first. But Ernstus with her second hit of the ball game, and State has broken the streak of 7 straight retired by the Tigers. And it'll be Anna Carter who will stand in for Mississippi State. And LSU, I believe, is going to challenge the call at first base of safe. If it stands, State will obviously have a runner at first, nobody out. It'll be Abby Grace Richardson who's going to run for Ernstus over there at first base. From the looks of it, it looked like just live that she was safe. And so we'll see if that stands. Again, tough play to make for Kylie Edwards at shortstop, and obviously tough play for Tori Edwards to make that stretch. And so, we'll just see if this one gets overturned. Call on the field, obviously safe. Look close. Now looking at it here, and yeah, she looks safe. But the only thing that I could tell is maybe Ernst has touched the wrong bag, but it doesn't look like it. And LSU's defense kind of breaking from their huddle and seeming like they think that she's safe. So we'll see if the call stands. As the Bulldogs try and add some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the call. Ruling on the field's confirmed, so it's a infield single for Mississippi State's Paige Ernstus. And again, she comes out of the game. Abby Grace Richardson going to run for her at second base, so some speed there. Let's see if State tries to play small ball here. They've done that before late in games. Maybe try and lay one down. Anna Carter standing in 0 for 1, walk back in the 3rd. She's looking to swing away here and fouls this one off her body. And the count now 0-1. So the Bulldogs, like I said, have at times this season done the whole late in the ball game, get a runner on first base and try and bunt her over, but not looking to do that here. Carter still swinging away. Here's the 0-1. Catches the inner 3rd, and the count now no balls and 2 strikes on Carter. Again, Monticelli looking for her first strikeout in her relief appearance. This one sent out to right center. Franklin coming in makes the grab for out number 1. And so Mississippi State, with one out in the inning and a runner at first base, turns to Zion Romero to try and continue things. Romero 0 for 2 today. 2 flyouts. First pitch to her, misses for ball 1. Richardson at first base, pinch running for Ernstis, who had that leadoff single. State now with 5 hits in the game. 1-0 misses away. Now the count 2-0 on the sophomore in Romero. Foul down the right field line and out of play. Romero with 4 hits in conference play. 2 of those coming last weekend in College Station against Texas A&M. Had that grand slam in Game 3 in the first inning, part of State's 6-run first. State couldn't hold on to the lead, though. Looking to come up big here late for State as they hold a 3-1 lead over the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 2-1 misses away, and now the count's at 3-1. Bernardini waits in the on-deck circle. State again looking to add some insurance. 3-1. Misses away, ball 4. Runner and Richardson was heading down to second base. Throw was wide, but doesn't matter as that is a walk, and State's got runners now at first and second. First time they've had a runner in scoring position, and first time they've had runners on since the third. And so we'll try and, again, add some insurance. Is Morgan Bernardini going to stand in for Mississippi State? State's only had a couple of opportunities in this ball game with runners in scoring position. LSU only has had a couple as well. LSU 0 for 3. Mississippi State 1 for 4. And so another opportunity here just speaks to how well the pitching staff has been for both squads. Bernardini sends this one into shallow right center, ranging back to second baseman, and now in is Franklin, and she makes the grab in right field. And coming in from right field into shallow right, and so Mississippi State now has 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Bulldogs are going to go with a pinch hitter. And it looks like it will be Greta Grassel. You don't see Greta Grassel in hitting scenarios too often, so going to get an opportunity here. Only 5 ABs on the year. We'll get an opportunity here to drive some important runs in for MSU. First pitch to her misses low for ball 1. Again, only 5 ABs this season. Has 1 hit and an RBI. 2 walks as well for her. This one hits her off the elbow guard, I believe. No, they say foul ball. Looked like it got her on the elbow guard right there, but instead off the knob of the bat. And the count will go now to 1-1. Rain starting to come along again here. A little bit heavier than it has been. Not exactly heavy rain, but it is picking up a little bit more. Grassel sends this from the third. It's through. Abby Grace Richardson will round third. They have trouble with it in left. A run will score. Throw to third, not in time. Throw to second, not in time. It's thrown into right field. Romero scores from third. Oh, a crucial mistake from the Fighting Tigers, and Mississippi State adds a run off of an error, but Greta Grassel, in only her 6th at bat of the season, sends one in the left field to score one, and then a throw into the outfield scores another for Mississippi State, and it's 5-1 Bulldogs. Man, just a huge mistake for LSU. That one kind of got under the legs of the third baseman Hodge over there. Was hit hard. It was a tough play. But it scored Richardson. They threw it back in the third, and that throw wasn't in time. It was, I believe, Edwards that was covering third base, and she tried to throw it back to second base, and it was thrown to the outfield. So State has scored 2, and huge insurance from Mississippi State here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 5-1 now. Kinley Keller stands in, still with a runner in scoring position at second base. This one sent down the line and foul. So Keller trying to help State add some more insurance runs. They call that Grassel ball a single, so she gets 1 RBI, and the other one scores on a fielding error by the Tigers. Pitch to Keller. Misses away. And now the count 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Runner at second for State. The pitch. Hit softly over to second. On it is Daniel. And that'll end the inning. But Mississippi State able to add 2 insurance runs. Greta Grassel puts one into left field. What a decision from Samantha Ricketts to put her in coming off the bench. That was only her 6th at bat of the year, but she helps add a run for State and helps put one in play to add another. An RBI for State. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 1 left on base. So for Mississippi State, they lead 5-1 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. We're going to keep it here. Again, as the Bulldogs lead 5-1 in game 1 over the Tigers. Alyssa Faircloth back out in the circle for Mississippi State as the rain picks up and the wind picks up here in Starkville. So we're starting to get the heaviest of it. Or at least the heaviest of it is starting to come in. I for sure dread my walk back to the truck that I'll have in just a little bit. I'm sure that'll be fun. But again, Mississippi State's got a 5-1 lead. Faircloth back out trying to add a complete game. She's got 11 strikeouts, which is the 6th time she's had 10-plus this season. And this season she's had 6 2-run or less complete games. And so if she can only allow at least 1 run, or at most 1 run, or just get out of this with no runs scored, she would have her 7th 2-run or less complete game of the year. Also give you a quick update. Bottom of the 9th at Duty Noble Field, LSU took an 8-7 lead over State in the top half of the inning. And Mississippi State, with 2 strikes, Ryder Woodson had a single through the left side to give State or tie the ball game. So it's 8-8 at Duty Noble Field in the bottom of the 9th inning. So here's an update on MSU baseball as Mississippi State softball looks to win game 1 over LSU. Avery Hodge going to stand in to start things off. First pitch to her. She tries to bunt at and pulls it back, but the pitch was a ball. It's the count now 1-0. Wind really blowing in from right field over to left, and the rain's blowing that way too. There's a strike from Faircloth, and the count now 1-1. So 1-1 the count on Hodge. 0 for 1 today. She sends this one a flare into shallow right, and the Tigers have life here in the 7th inning, a leadoff single. So leadoff single for Hodge, her first hit of the ball game. Now to move into the 9-hole, see if LSU stays with the original 9-hole hitter in Hutchins, if they go back to her, or if they stay with McKee. It looks like Allie Hutchins back in the box, and I believe it is. And it is Hutchins. Oh to her, misses, and the count now 1-0. State got to be careful here, and Faircloth also trying to keep the hand dry. As a new softball comes from the State dugout. But again, trying to keep the hand dry as this rain has picked up here in Starkville. 1-0. In there, called strike one. Runner at first base is Hodge, hit a leadoff flare single into right center field. State has a 4-run cushion. They lead 5-1. And now time called, and man, this is an announcement I hope we don't have to hear, as the umpire is going to convene as the rain continuing to pick up. Man, I tell you what, we've gotten all the way to the bottom of the 7th. We've been flirting with rain all day. I don't know if there's been lightning in the area or not. I hadn't seen lightning from my vantage point. I just know the rain's blowing pretty good right now. But the more time you take talking, and I'm not going to complain, but the more time you take talking, the more you allow for this thing to continue to get out of hand. As you get the wind blowing hard towards left field. It's shaking that flagpole out there. And the rain blowing towards left as well. I guess they're having a conversation with the Tigers head coach, and she just got tossed, I believe. LSU, I believe, if I saw that correctly, Beth Torna has been tossed from the game, and more importantly, I believe we've entered a rain delay. And so we've entered what looks like a rain delay, I believe. I'd like to figure out some sort of confirmation here, and I'll get it to you whenever I can. It's a rain delay. We hear it from the PA now. So a rain delay in the bottom of the 7th inning. So we get as far as the 7th inning, and we can't play any more softball. And so grounds crew will have to hurry up and get the tarp on. But, man, I mean, you get all the way to the 7th and have to enter into a rain delay. So we'll see if, what will happen. So we've entered a rain delay here in the top of the 7th inning. It's a 1-1 count, nobody out, and a runner at first base for LSU. Mississippi State has a 5-1 lead. So Mississippi State has a 5-1 lead. Top of the 7th inning, LSU with a runner on first and nobody out. And so fans will kind of probably enter under the concourse, try and stay dry. Players will go into their respective locker rooms, or State will go to their locker room. LSU will stay in the dugout. Tarp is coming on here at Noose Park. So I'm going to take a short break, be back in just a moment, and kind of fill you in on some other things as well. And we'll kind of try and work through this rain delay as best as we can. So, again, top of the 7th inning in a weather delay here in Starkville at Noose Park. Tarp coming on. Mississippi State leads in the top half of the 7th inning 5-1. And when we come back to play, it'll be a 1-1 count with nobody out. So for LSU in the top of the 7th inning. So 5-1 Mississippi State. We have entered a weather delay here at News Park. I'll be back in just a moment to talk with you some more. This is Mississippi State softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network in Learfield.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder. Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Jake Mangum here. When I'm at the plate, I'm always looking for an edge. So when I'm shopping for auto insurance, I'm always looking to save. That's why I'm going with Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance to keep me covered. They're always finding ways to save you money, like a 7% discount when you sign up for paperless billing and documents. Go to msfbins.com and discover how much you can save on auto insurance, or find a local agent and get started today. Go with the home team. Go with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield. We have entered a weather delay here at News Park, and that's kind of history for us on the Bulldog Student Sports Network, and obviously the first year being on Learfield as well. First ever rain delay I've been a part of, and weather delay, as I guess it's the correct terminology. But we have entered a weather delay here at News Park. Mississippi State on top of LSU in the top of the 7th inning. That's where we sit right now. 5-1 the score. When we come back and hopefully resume play soon, it will be, again, in the top of the 7th, 5-1 State. It will be a 1-1 count. There's nobody out. LSU has a runner on first base. So we will see, and I'll update you as much as I can on when we come back. The tarp is on the field here in Starkville. And so, again, we'll just have to see, and I'll continue to update you as much as, when I find out, you're going to find out. But the tarp is on covering the infield here at News Park, and so we're going to continue to wait out this rain. And I can try and pull up the radar here and get an idea of it. Again, I'm not a weatherman, so don't trust me. But looking at the radar, seems like there will be a little bit of a break in the rain, at least from what I'm looking at, around 7:30. So there's some hope for that, and hopefully State has a quick inning and we can get the game over with and get out of here with a win. So it looks like there might be some break in the rain around 7:30, and so obviously they got to get the tarp pulled and everything, but. And the rain right now, what I'm looking at, is not blowing as hard as it has been, and not coming down as hard as it has been. So, tarp is still on. Nobody's doing anything yet, but we'll see, and I'll update you as quick as I can. And it looks like maybe the weights are coming off here of the tarp, and I think we're going to get the tarp pulled and get back to play. But it looked like. Now, I said she was. I'm not quite sure. But Beth Torin of LSU, their head coach, was having a conversation with home plate umpire Chelsea Clark and was obviously frustrated with the rain delay. Don't want that to – if you're a head coach, you don't want that to stop stop your rhythm and trying to come back and tie the game or take the lead down 4 in the top of the 7th inning. So looked like she might have gotten the finger and gotten thrown out of the ball game. I'm not exactly sure, but that looked like, it was a hot conversation, heated conversation. She was upset, and I can understand that. So we'll see. I don't know exactly if she was tossed, but again, a heated conversation. It looked like it was something of the sort. So we will we'll see what happens with that. But good news is the tarp is coming off here at News Park, and we're going to play some softball here in just a couple of minutes. So that's good news. Again, it will be back in the top of the 7th inning. It'll be a 1-1 count with no outs. LSU will have a runner on first, and Mississippi State has a 5-1 lead. So there's your update on that as the tarp's being pulled here in Starkville and pulled off the infield, and they'll wrap it up. And hopefully we can wrap it in maroon and white sooner or later. An update on baseball, and again, if you want to listen to that, you can listen to it on hailstate.com and the Hail State app as well. Neil Price calling the ball game. They have entered extras at Dudy Noble Field, so they've played through this rain. And right now, an update on the rain, not raining nearly as hard, if any, as it was. So in kind of a good spot right now. But they have entered extras at Dudy Noble Field. 8-8 the score. Again, Mississippi State scored 1 in the 9th, just like LSU did. And so 8-8 the score, top half of the 10th inning at Dudy Noble Field. There is 1 out and 1 on for LSU in their half of the 10th. And so hopefully Mississippi State can get out of that 10th inning and walk off LSU in the bottom of the 10th. But again, this weekend, you got Super Bulldog weekend here in Starkville, as you got softball hosting LSU this weekend. So is baseball hosting LSU. Rare that ever really happens, hosting the same team in softball and baseball 2 times or in the same weekend at home, but it is happening in this weekend. So LSU baseball here and LSU softball here. And you got Faircloth loosening, and so Faircloth loosening to try and as they pull the tarp, and so they had LSU's batter come in to try and disrupt that. So now she's standing on the plate, and so we got a whole little thing going on here. Coach Taryn Mullet-McKinney talking with her. So LSU's just kind of having a standoff here, talking in front of the plate. So State's going the old-fashioned way, and I think they're just going to throw it across. And Coach Samantha Ricketts going to talk with it about with one of LSU's coaches, and so State doing it the old-fashioned way here. And the good thing about softball, you got flat ground, so it's pretty much the same thing. And so they're just doing it that way instead. But again, the tarp is being rolled up right now in right field, so we're about to get back to action here. It's the top of the 7th inning, 5-1 Mississippi State in Game 1. 1-1 count and a runner at first with nobody out. Here at News Park. So a rather quick weather delay, but about to get back to play. But again, Super Bulldog weekend, State and LSU going at it in softball and baseball. You also got the Wiener Dog race, Dash and Dash, I think. I don't know what they call it, but got that in the Cotton District tomorrow morning. And so you got that going on in the Cotton District tomorrow morning, and then baseball and softball as well. So good weekend here in Starkville. Super Bulldog weekend, always great. And you would have the spring game would be played during Super Bulldog weekend back when I was growing up. And we'd come up here and watch those ball games watch the spring game on Saturday morning and go over and watch state baseball and state softball as well. But no spring game on Super Bulldog weekend really anymore. State had that a couple of weeks ago. I believe that was, it was 2 weeks ago during the Arkansas series. But again, like I said, used to have that maroon and white game on Super Bulldog weekend. It's since changed, but there's been some stuff added on, and we got that race in the Cotton District tomorrow. Always a fun thing. And so looking forward to having that go on tomorrow. And also looking forward to get back to play as well. So, again, just about set to get back with play. 5-1 Mississippi State, top of the 7th. It'll be a 1-1 count, nobody out, and a runner at first. State looks to take game 1. Update on baseball. There are runners at first and third base, 2 outs in the inning. And the score is 8-8 in the top of the 10th. So LSU with a runner 90 feet away. Crowd kind of in a frenzy here, those who have stayed through the rain. Couple of cowbells ringing. Beth Torin, the head coach for LSU, talking with umpires, and I think maybe she's trying to figure out what happened before the delay. And again, heated discussion with all 3 of the umpires. So again, I'm just kind of winging it right here, seeing what we can do. I mean, we're so close to getting back to play as well. So I think we're just about set. And looking at it, looks like Beth Torna did get thrown out of the ball game. She's heading out now. And so she's thrown out of the ball game. Head coach for the Tigers thrown out. Ejected after right before the delay they put us into. And so she is gone from the game. And there's a developing story. And the other one is State's 3 outs away from an opening Game 1 win in this series with LSU. Weather delay started at around, looking back, around 7:03, and so it's 7:17, so we had about a 15-minute weather delay. So 14 there, and so we just about set to get play started back up. So Faircloth talking with Barbary. Batter standing in. It will be Allie Hutchins. And so we're now back and ready for play. Weather delay over. 5-1 Mississippi State. In the top of the 7th inning, nobody out. 1-1 count to Allie Hutchins, runner at first base. 1-1 pitch sent out to left field, hit hard on the run as Bernardini. She can't grab it. That one off the wall. They're going to hold the runner at third base, and the Tigers have runners at second and third with nobody out in the inning. And again, you go back to the 2 runs scored in the 6th inning for Mississippi State to make it a 4-run lead instead of a 2-run lead at 3-1 where it was. And man, you talk about how important those 2 runs were. And so now the Tigers in a good spot, too. The lineup has flipped over. It's Jayla Lassiter now who's going to stand in. Also, too, LSU in their past weekend series in SEC play against Ole Miss last weekend, all 3 of those wins were come from behind wins as well. So, you know, this is a spot that they've been in before. And so looking to do something here as Lassiter stands in with runners at second and third and nobody out. First pitch to her, a strike. Count 0-1. Misses away. The count now 1 ball and 1 strike on Lassiter. Lassiter 1 for 2 in the game, walked in the first, doubled in the second, which drove in a run for the Tigers. Their only run of the game, and struck out in the 5th. This pitch misses away. And now the count 2-1. So some late inning drama here at News Park in game 1. 2-1. All speed in there, called strike 2. So 2-2 count. Base is open at first. There's runners at second, third. Now time called as Lassiter calls time in the box. Got a 2-2 count on her. Runners at second and third. Nobody out. Stayed up 4. Here's the pitch. Grounder over to the right side. Richardson makes the play. Dive to first. She's out. I'm sure LSU might challenge that. I believe they've got 1 left. Run did come in to score, so it's 5-2 Mississippi State. See if they make a decision to challenge. I believe you get 2, if I'm not mistaken. And well, LSU won't challenge, and so 1 out, runner at third base, 5-2 our score. This one popped out, and that'll be out number 1. Rather, out number 2, excuse me. 5-1 is the score. And I don't believe the runner at third scored, so making sure with that. Yeah, there's 2 outs, runners at second and third. I thought the runner came in to score. I guess she did not. So 5-1 the score, 2 outs, runners at second and third. Again, my apologies. (1-0) the count now to Kylie Edwards. 5-1 State trying to win game 1. This one almost comes in to hit her, misses inside the count 2-0. She's been hit 2 times in the ball game. Trying to get on base with the on-deck batter in Franklin being the tying run. This one misses off the inner edge, and the count now 3-0. You see Edwards, too, is leaned in a little bit to try to make it look a lot more inside than it is, and it's called a ball. The count 3-0. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, 5-1 State. This one bounces in the dirt, and 1 run will come in the score. So ball 4, but it doesn't matter. Does matter if that one's a wild pitch, and so 5-2 now is the score. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. It's going to be Alex Franklin who's going to stand in for LSU, and she represents the tying run. Franklin this season with 2 outs, a .321 hitter. Today she's 0 for 3. Has homered 3 times this year. A home run would tie the game. 0-0 misses inside, ball 1. So runner at third is Hutchins. Runner at first is Kylie Edwards. 5-2 the score. Faircloth trying to get a complete game. This one misses, excuse me. Now the count 3-0. Here's the pitch. That one misses as well. Rather, the count was 2-0. Now the count 3-0. And so a walk here would load the bases and send the go-ahead run to the plate and would have every run on board that would tie the game up. Here's the 3-0 to Franklin. That one in there, called strike one. So Faircloth trying to fight back here. Tigers have scored their first run since the third. They have the tying run at the plate and Franklin, runners at the corners. 2 outs. State up 5-2, looking to win game one. Here's the 3-1. Misses inside, ball 4. And the go-ahead run has come to the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. And it's none other than the home run leader for the Fighting Tigers and Tori Edwards. Edwards this season, 11 home runs, most on the team for LSU, as Coach Terry Mohawk McKinney will come out of the dugout, looking towards the bullpen for Mississippi State. Don't know if the Bulldogs will make a move here, but the bases are loaded for LSU in a 5-2 ball game with 2 outs, and that will be it for Alyssa Faircloth. So Faircloth going to come out of the game, and Mississippi State will go with Layla Amon. So Layla Amon will come in for Mississippi State. Sophomore transfer to Middle Tennessee State. 1.71 ERA, 8-0. She has this will be her 18th appearance on the year. Has started 11 games. Has pitched 53 and a third for the Bulldogs. That's the third most. 32 hits, 15 runs, 13 of them earned, 9 walks, 59 strikeouts. Opponents with a 170 average against her. She has struggled a little bit in SEC play, more so than non-con. A 7.88 ERA in SEC play, and opponents have hit 353 off of her. And so she hasn't seen as many appearances in SEC play. She's got 6 coming in, so now this is her 7th. And so she'll get an opportunity here, and LSU, with the bases loaded, Mississippi State just needs one more out. It's Franklin at first base, Kylie Edwards at second base, Hutchins at third base, and Tori Edwards, who will stand in for LSU. Edwards, again, leads the Tigers in home runs with 11. Today, she is 1 for 3. And the Tiger faithful over behind their bench standing up. Their bench fired up. Had a couple of home runs last weekend. Had 3, in fact, against Ole Miss. One of them was a inside the park grand slam, which is something you don't see every day. It was the first in program history. But had 3 home runs last week. A home run would give LSU the lead. She is the go-ahead run. First pitch from Amon. Misses low, ball 1. A walk here would make it 5-3, and both runs that would tie the game would be in scoring position. Franklin at second base is the tying run. 1-0 misses away. Count now 2-0. Amon has got to find it here. Two-0 pitch. Misses high, ball 3. Also saw earlier before or when State was making a pitching change, you had Delaney Everett also ran out to the pen. So you could see her and Paige Gould maybe warming. I can't quite see yet. Here's the 3-0. That one catches a zone for strike 1 to Edwards. And so a really good hitter's count for her. Obviously, it's not the end of the world if you walk her. It does make it 5-3. But a good pitch here could be trouble for State. Here's the 3-1. Misses low, ball 4. 5-3 the score. LSU continuing to fight here in this ball game in the 7th inning. State going to continue to stay with Layla Amon. Now down to Macy Bergeron. Tying run at second base. Go ahead run at first. There's a first pitch strike from Amon. Obviously a big pressure situation. Really first big-time situation. She's been in an SEC play. Obviously has been in a couple, but this is a huge pressure situation here. 0-1 the count. This one grounded to second. Romero flips to second to Stiles in time, and Mississippi State wins game 1 over LSU 5-3. Man, some late inning drama. LSU adds 2 in the 7th after we went to a weather delay, but Mississippi State able to hold on. LSU strands the bases loaded, and the Bulldogs walk away with a game 1 win over the Fighting Tigers of LSU. 5-3 Mississippi State. Just goes to show how important those insurance runs were for Mississippi State in the bottom of the 6th. It was 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th, and State scored 2 insurance runs to make it 5-1. Game would have been tied if it wasn't for those here in the 7th, and it would have been a lot more pressure on Mississippi State. But those insurance runs come up big time for Mississippi State, and they win over LSU in game 1, 5-3. It's the second straight series at home that Mississippi State has won game 1. They'll have an opportunity for a series win, their second of the year in SEC play tomorrow here at News Park with first pitch at 2 p.m. Central Time here in Starkville. Bulldogs win 5-3 over LSU in game 1. You can wrap this one, my friends, in maroon and white. We'll be back in just a moment for the post-game show. We won't have an interview today with Coach Samantha Ricketts for the post-game. We'll have those for games 2 and 3, but won't have one today, so just be me on the post-game show as Mississippi State wins 5-3 in game 1 over LSU. Be back in just a moment for the post-game show. You've been listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Everything is just a little easier when you feel at home. At Cadence Bank, we're proud to be part of your home team, and we never stop working to give you a competitive advantage. Stop by a branch or visit us online at cadencebank.com to learn more about how we're helping opportunity take shape for our community.
There's a hit out to left field. This one is gone.
Cadence Bank, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
I'm Jake Mangum. A great team knows how to gel and only gets better over time. Kind of like auto insurance for Farm Bureau Insurance. Over the last 12 months, auto rates have had 2 reductions. And after February 15th, 2026, members will see another reduction of 5%. If you aren't already on the team, there's no better time to join Farm Bureau. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance, or contact your local agent to get more details on how you can save. Go with the home team, go with Farm Bureau.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C-Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you turn your backyard into your personal movie theater.
Start movie night.
Own your day on the network for connected living. There's more to see. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield and our post-game show. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you here in the press box at News Park, Mississippi State, with a 5-3 win over LSU in Game 1. Man, some late inning drama. Went through a weather delay in the top of the 7th inning. LSU had the winning run, go-ahead run aboard, had the tying run in scoring position, scored 2 runs there in the inning, but Mississippi State able to get out of it. They win 5-3 over the Tigers and look to maybe take a series tomorrow in Game 2. Look at the final line score first for the visiting Tigers. They scored 3 runs in the ball game, 1 in the third, 2 in the seventh, so 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, and 9 left on base in the ball game for Mississippi State. Bulldogs scored 5 runs. 3 of them came in the third, and 2 of them came in the sixth. So 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Mississippi State, and 4 left on base. So the Bulldogs able to win the game 5-3. Look at the pitchers of decision in this game, and we'll look at the records real quick. So for LSU with a loss, they fall to 32-15 and below 500 in SEC play at 9-10. For State with the win, they improved to 35-14 and 7-12 overall in SEC play. Pitchers of record in this ball game, the winning pitcher is Alyssa Faircloth, who had a really good start for Mississippi State. Gave the Bulldogs everything they needed and more. For her, a 6 2/3 innings performance, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts, so another double-digit strikeout performance for her this season. Look at that real quick. That is number 6. That's the 6th time she's done that this season, so 11 strikeouts. 6 times she's had 10-plus strikeouts in a ball game this year. Faced 31 Tiger batters and threw 120 pitches. Look at, for Mississippi State, Layla Amon, who recorded her first save of the season, came in with 2 outs in the 7th inning, was able to get the final out after walking 1 batter to walk a runner in. It's 2 batters faced for her. She threw 7 pitches, able to get the final out, and her first save of the season. The pitcher of record for LSU is Jaden Heavner. She is given the loss to fall to 11-7 on the year, and again with the win for Alyssa Faircloth, she's 11-5 now. Heavner moves to 11-7. Went 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits given up, 3 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 14 batters faced, and she threw 58 total pitches in the ball game. So State kind of got after her there, and scored those 3 runs in the third, and she came out of the ball game in the third as she went 2 2/3. And then Peyton Monticelli came in, retired 7 in a row right when she got in, and then State got to her late there in the 6th, able to add 2 key insurance runs in the ball game. She went 3 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 1 walk. As that 1 earned run is because 1 run did score, and she was in the game on an error. 1 walk, no strikeouts, and she faced 13 batters through 46 total pitches. So Mississippi State, the winning pitcher Alyssa Faircloth and Layla Amon with the save. Losing pitcher is Jaden Heavner for LSU. Look at what Mississippi State did early in the ball game. Obviously, able to apply some pressure on LSU early there in that ball game in the 1st and the 3rd inning. State had a runner in scoring position in the 1st inning, unable to come up with anything, but applied some pressure there. They went 1-2-3 in the 2nd, and then you look at that 3rd inning. Big home run from Paige Ernstis, her 2nd of the season. And just huge for her. You knew it off the bat that one was gone, and so sends that one out of here to left center field and gave State the 3-1 lead after LSU had taken a 1-run lead going into the bottom of the 3rd inning. And so, big from her right there. And then you look at that 6th inning, the all-important 2 runs scored for Mississippi State. LSU obviously applied some pressure, scored in the 7th, scored 2 runs to put their run total to 3. It was, like I said, 3-1 going into the 6th, bottom of the 6th inning for Mississippi State, and they're able to add those 2. So you think about it, you don't add those 2. I mean, the game could have been tied here in the 7th inning, and obviously there's a lot more pressure all involved with that. So just so important to add those insurance runs. And credit to Greta Grassel coming off the bench again, only her 6th AB of the season, and able to single a ball down over into left field, drives in a run, and then LSU has some issues in terms of throwing it around the infield, and they threw it into the outfield, and one run comes in to score off of that throwing error from Kylie Edwards. So again, just 2 important runs for Mississippi State late there in that ball game that proved to be just massive for MSU. Credit to Mississippi State's offense too in this ball game. Obviously, you had 6 hits in the ball game, which is fine, and obviously got the job done. You get runners on base and everything. Didn't have many opportunities with runners in scoring position. When you had runners in scoring position, you were today looking at it real quick. You were 2 for 7. So that's an improvement right there. You had been struggling with runners in scoring position this season, so that's really better than your mark in SEC play with runners on, 2 for 10. So again, it was Mississippi State today too. And what I wanted to say was, the Bulldogs only struck out 1 time in this game. Only 1 time, and that came earlier in the ball game from Jaden Heavner. So that was, early there in that ball game. So, again, Mississippi State continued to battle, put balls in play, and that's the key thing. Obviously, LSU made 2 errors off of State, putting balls in play, and so that's the important thing is they got to make plays if it's not a strikeout, and so credit to Mississippi State's lineup in the ball game for continuing to battle in counts and continue to put balls in play, even if they resulted in outs. They made LSU make plays, and I was really impressed with what Mississippi State's offense did today. I would obviously say that about a 10-run performance, whatever run performance. However, you can look at it and be like it wasn't as much as we maybe wanted, but again, I don't think that matters at all. I think you just look at it in terms of watching the game and how important, and looking at that one stat line too of only 1 strikeout for Mississippi State, their offense in that ball game. You look at it in that aspect as well. It is so important. It is just putting balls in play and making the defense make plays. So I think in that aspect, and Mississippi State was able to threaten and able to score with runners in scoring position today. I think in that aspect, it's just incredibly. I think it's very impressive in terms of, especially too, what State struggled with this season. I think it's very impressive. Mississippi State's offense, I think they were very impressive in the ball game today. So looking at State's, obviously, Alyssa Faircloth. Wow. I mean, really, really solid. LSU has seen their fair share of issues in SEC play this season. When they face tough pitching opponents, say Tennessee, Oklahoma, they took a game off Oklahoma, but, struggled in games like that. So, looking at it, I think, LSU met somebody I didn't want to meet today in Alyssa Faircloth. I mean, she was on her game, and look at the first 3 innings, too, and I'll go back to kind of to make sure of this. Yeah, you look at the first 3 innings, LSU got the leadoff batter aboard in the first 3 innings, and Faircloth continued to work through that. I mean, State got a 1-2-3 in the 5th inning. That was a strikeout Faircloth struck out the side there. So got a 1-2-3 there. It was the only 1-2-3 inning of the ball game for State's defense and pitching staff. But for the first 4 innings and for 6 out of the 7 innings in this ball game, LSU got a runner on base and continued to threaten. And like I said, in the first 3 innings, and you can actually look at it here. State or LSU went 5 for 7 in leadoff opportunities in the ball game. So State continued to work. Faircloth continued to work, and credit to State's defense too, because no errors in the ball game. That was really big for Mississippi State. But Faircloth continued to work even with runners on. Had no issue with that. LSU with runners on base today, 3 for 18. 3 for 18, 167 as a team. And LSU with runners in scoring position today, 0 for 6. And so that just goes to show you it was incredibly impressive what Mississippi State's Alyssa Faircloth did today. Impressive what State's defense did today as well. And so that's how the Bulldogs are able to come out of this game with a 5-3 win. Obviously, got sketchy there in the 7th inning, but and credit to Layla Amon, who has struggled in SEC play this year, but comes in and it goes through some adversity too, because the first batter she sees, she walks, and then able to just get a ground ball, and State's defense makes the play and a fielder's choice to end the ball game. And so, again, just impressive for Mississippi State continuing to battle in counts offensively and put up runs and important runs there in the 6th that were huge insurance runs for MSU. And then when runners were on base, State's pitching staff and State's defense continued to battle as well. And so all out, just an impressive performance from Mississippi State against an LSU team that has been hot. I mean, they've won 3 out of their last 4 SEC series, and in those series as well. In between those, they had a series win over a ranked Arizona team as well. So they have been really good, especially in the month of April. I think they're 9-2 now. They're 9-3. So it's just been LSU team that's been really, really solid, and Mississippi State was able to shut them down today. And just all credit to Mississippi State today. Did what they needed to do, saw life offensively, continuing to see life on defensively and in the pitching staff, and just all around big time win for Mississippi State today, and a chance for them to go win the series tomorrow in Game 2. You won Game 1 against Arkansas 2 weeks ago here in News Park, unable to win any of the next 2, and so here's the same opportunity for you again, and hopefully Mississippi State can take advantage of it in the ball game tomorrow, or in the ball game on Sunday if they have to, if this thing goes to a rubber match. So again, Mississippi State wins 5-3 over LSU to win game 1 of the series, and so the Bulldogs able to have an opportunity to go win the series tomorrow in Game 2. So a big win for Mississippi State. Look real quick at we got Mississippi State baseball still going on. They started at 3 o'clock, and it's 7:45. 3 o'clock Central Time. They started then. It's 7:45 Central Time in Starkville, and they're still playing. So game's going about over 4.5 hours. And they're in the top of the 11th right now. Score is still 8-8, and LSU has Chris Stanfield up with 2 outs and a runner at first base. So Bulldogs looking to close that one out. But man, we started 2 hours behind him, and they're still going over there. And State just got out of the inning. So going to the bottom of the 11th, State will have Stallman, Chance, and Woodson up if they don't make any changes. So hopefully the Bulldogs can handle that and win Game 1 over LSU at Duty Noble Field like the softball team did here at News Park. So hopefully they can do that. So there's an update on Mississippi State baseball. Look at some real quick. We pull up some SEC scores around the conference in SEC softball. Let's take a look at that real quick. Pull those up. Give me just a moment. All right, so we got a couple of games live. See if we got any finals outside of Mississippi State. We have a couple. Couple have gone final. Looks like Florida's taking on UCF, a ranked UCF team in Gainesville this weekend, and they won Game 1 today, 7-3 over the Knights. Texas won in 6 over Kentucky and Lexington, 12-2. You look at in the other final outside of Mississippi State's 5-3 win is Arkansas with a 4-0 shutout win over Missouri in Fayetteville. So there's the finals for the day, and then no more games slated to start any later than right now. You have 3 going on right now. In the bottom of the 4th in Norman, Oklahoma on top of Georgia, 4-1. So they lead the Bulldogs 4-1 in Norman in Game 1 there. It is Game 1. No early games this week. You look in Auburn, 2 teams at the bottom of the conference, Ole Miss and Auburn doing battle in the bottom of the 7th inning. Auburn has put together 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning to tie the game up, and so it's 2-2 right now, and Auburn trying to get a walk-off win there in game 1 over Ole Miss. State will be on the road next weekend in Oxford to take on Ole Miss to end off the regular season. So there's a little look ahead outside of this week. And then the last game going on right now is in the top of the 7th in Columbia, South Carolina on top of Texas A&M right now in the top of the 7th, 3-1. So Carolina a couple outs away from getting out of that thing and having a game 1 win over the visiting Aggies of Texas A&M. So there's some scores around the Southeastern Conference, so there's that. And then obviously your final score here in Starkville, Mississippi State 5, LSU 3. They win in game 1 over the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time, unless obviously we move anything around from rain in the area. There's supposed to be rain kind of all weekend, or just kind of bouncing around all weekend. Obviously you've had some today, went in a weather delay today, and it's raining right now. The tarp's on the field, so no issue with that. But again, we have we've got. If anything changes tomorrow, obviously we'll let you know. But 2 p.m. Central Time tomorrow, you got Mississippi State and LSU taking on going to battle in game 2, and then in game 3, 11 o'clock Central Time in Starkville here at News Park will be on Sunday. Game 3, 11 o'clock, and that'll be that we'll have all those games for you on the Bulldog Student Sports Network on YouTube, as well as hailstate.com and the Hail State app, as well with our partnership with Learfield. And thank you to Brian Ogden, our SID for Mississippi State softball, head coach Samantha Ricketts for allowing us to do these interviews with her as well. We'll have postgame and pregame interviews with her tomorrow. I didn't get a postgame, but got a pregame. So again, thank you to her for allowing us to do that as well, and thank you to Voice of the Bulldogs Neil Price for helping us get along and doing this stuff. Again, thank you to thank you to as well our communication department sponsor and Chris Mission. Appreciate him very much. So again, appreciate all those people very much, and everybody involved with Learfield as well. Jonathan Ashley, just everybody has helped us out with this stuff, and we really, really appreciate it. So. But, yeah, again, you can check out Game 2 and Game 3 on our YouTube channel, Bulldog Student Sports Network. You can follow us on socials at BSSN_MSU on X, and at Bulldog Student Sports Network on Instagram. And then you can also listen to us on demand on the Hail State app or at hailstate.com as well. So we'll have Game 2 tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time. Pregame will start at 1:45, and Game 3 on Sunday at 11 a.m. Pregame will start at 10:45 for that one. That'll wrap it up. Mississippi State with a 5-3 win over LSU in Game 1. My friends, you can wrap it in maroon and white. A good start to Super Bulldog weekend for the Bulldogs softball team as they look to win the series tomorrow in Game 2 starting at 2 p.m. Central Time here at News Park. Bulldogs win 5-3. Everybody, thank you for tuning in and listening to MSU softball. And everybody take care. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Get here to Starkville. If you can't, listen to us on hailstate.com, the Hail State app, or on YouTube. And get here to Starkville, though, if you can. A great weekend on tap, Super Bulldog weekend here, and a good start to it, as I mentioned, as Mississippi State wins 5-3 over LSU in Game 1. Everybody take care. Have a great rest of your Friday night, and most importantly, Hail State.
From Learfield, you've been listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Sports Network. Mississippi State Softball has been sponsored by C Spire, customer inspired. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Bulldog Sports Network.